welcome. It's members night. How's everyone doing? I have a hot topic. I think some people may have noticed that I'm trying other content on the channel again, and I am criticizing other content creators, which I will be covering. Gore, Ben Shapiro, Melanie Mack. I put Robert Meyer Burnett on there. I don't know if I'm actually going to cover him, but how's it going, Brucifer?
Pretty good actually. I was just working on slides for tomorrow night's show, and I
Cool,
saw this
cool.
thumbnail pop up. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
Max up to?
I've been, to be fair, I've had a few great friends give me some constructive criticism. Even I'll be honest, even you last night, you're like, well, there's not as many viewers on the live streams. I think that's overall, and that's just like friendly, like that's how we support each other. Like, what can we do?
Yeah.
So I am doing everything I can to make I don't want to just shirt out content just for the heck of it, but have opinions and hot takes on as many subjects as I can. And the more I do, the more my opinion is gonna trigger some people, especially in this day and age. So I'm going to talk about topics all the time. I actually did one on AI. I don't know if I was very happy with that one, but I released it anyway. There was a one on AI.
Yeah.
I
think I saw it.
Keely Chow. Hey, everyone. Anthony says Melanie Mack is the worst. Well, I think she is a nice, I think she is a nice lady, but I feel like she is just a grifter. Now, is someone bending their opinion for a narrative? That's hard to prove. And I think we should be better than that most of the time. But when it's obvious that someone is, potentially selling out. And you know what? All right, let's just get into it, Brucifer. Get those thumbs up there for some hot topics. Let's have some fun tonight. You want some of the old school Macs too, where I give really
get the mask in the robe,
no,
Max.
I mean the mask is in the room.
Get the robe and the mask. Let's go.
It's too hot for that right now. All right, but let's get this started. You know how all the anti-SJWs say male feminists are the worst, Now, I'm for feminism.
Male feminists.
What do you say?
These are coming from incels that sit down.
Okay. Well, you're going off the other end.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just here to say hi.
No, where that comes from, though, Brucifer, where that comes from is the male feminists that go overboard, that don't even see any faults in women, not the ones that are actually for,
But then you have the other ones.
That's where the cringe comes from.
But then you have the other ones that go complete opposite.
Yes,
and hate everything about strong women, independent women.
Yes,
and
that's where everything. Melanie Mack. Now, what is the phrase that's most closely matches Melanie Mack? And she's a beautiful young woman. No shade there, but
but she's ugly inside.
She seems like a pick-me girl.
Oh, jeez.
You know what the pick-me? I mean, that's the most equivalent I could get to a male feminist on the opposite side, where a girl goes overboard, just trying to not.
Frankenstein's here.
Oh wow, Purpose here. Woo! You ready for?
Are you bringing that same energy to my show tomorrow night?
It's October, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know. This is kind of weird. I don't know if I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
What do you think?
Tomorrow night slides are all bloodied already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm doing this live stream earlier so I could get some good rest. I'm going to try to make both your stream.
Wow, you listen.
And well, no, that's not only because the other constructive criticism is I have Zeno. And, I know people don't like Zeno, but I was texting him like, I'm not, I want to grow. I want to do more content. And he's like, well, bro, he didn't say it like that. He doesn't even give you a soft, like, I'm not going to spare your feelings. He just tells you like it is. He's like, you need to shave, you need to get a haircut or put on the mask.
Yep.
That's what he told me.
I agree.
I'm like, all right, I need to be more clean shaven, which I'm going to work on. I am clean. It's just I do need a haircut. Maybe I'll go back.
I
to
can
my
recommend some hair gel for you.
yeah, and I do need to make sure my goatee is a little trimmed even more and get rid of this. So he's like, that's what he said, and I'm like, all right.
You know, I agree. What you built your fan base on is your hot takes. You're calling out people, and just because you show your face doesn't mean you can't call people out still.
Yeah. Why would
You're
I do?
calling
Why
someone
would
out?
I do that?
Yes,
Degrassi?
you didn't see the thumbnail.
Listen,
Who's calling out?
Degrassi, I don't
Uh-oh.
like blocking anyone. I hate it. I hate it. But so no,
Nice one,
he's still my friend. I don't want to turn this into a Xeno stream. I'm just telling you, he told me privately. He didn't know I was going to say that on air. He's like, you need to shave, you need to comb your hair, or not comb my hair, cut your hair and look more presentable on your vids. I'm like, okay, I get that.
agree.
All right. You too, Perp? Okay. All right.
Well, we all agree.
Everyone else should. He was Frankenstein's monster the whole time. Perp. Okay, so now back to Melanie Mack. Just this photo proves how much of a hypocrite she is.
Why?
Because one of the things that she's in the last few years she's gone so hardcore on is they won't let Laura Croft be sexy anymore.
What?
Because of woke. Because of woke.
What?
No. And a shout out to the
Who's
Geek
stopping
Getaway.
her?
Well, all right. But shout out to the Geek Getaway. He actually found like a deleted video, just like Jeremy. Remember Jeremy liked The Last Jedi originally, and then he deleted it? A lot of these grifters, you know, they hide their original opinion and they go towards a narrative because it's extremely profitable. So has she sold out and become a pick-me girl for the men that are always like, I want a sexy pointy boob Laura Croft? I kind of think I think she's bent her opinion on the popular opinion online. I'm sorry. Based on this, she cosplayed as that version of Laura Croft. That's the version.
Oh, I see. Oh, she's the lady that liked the Tomb Raider remakes and then
she's like, oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Brian is shocked. Brian, are you all right, bro?
What's up, Brian?
I don't know if you.
What?
I don't know if you want. I'm mixing up my content tonight. I'm talking about Chris Gore, Ben Shapiro, Melanie Mack, and I don't know if I want to. I will comment this on Robert Meyer Burnett. He has my utmost respect for stuff he's done in the industry. He does. And he has way more credibility than most of these fools to criticize because he's actually tried. He's done special features on DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like even though he is a creative, he does some project. He did Tango Shalom as a direct movie he directed, and he's done Trekkies before.
What?
He did a Trekkie documentary.
Cool.
I think that's great. I think he's
Good for him.
aggressively too critical of Star Trek as a whole, personally, and the industry as a whole. Like for those that don't actively are not actively creatives, way too aggressive. Some people think I'm too aggressive towards James Gunn. To be fair, I might be hypocritical here. I might be.
Max.
Oh no. All right, here we go, Brian.
What happened?
Okay, this is why we don't talk about this on your streams, Max.
No, I do. I do want to talk about it.
No, it's okay. It's okay because everything you say about these guys and their opinions on Star Wars and whatnot, I'm going to throw back in your face about DC and James Gunn. So go ahead.
The difference there. The difference is you're gonna go ahead.
I mean, you don't get all culture warrior for the sake of culture war. Okay, that's a difference.
Robert Meyer Burnett's gone on the record of saying they don't do anything right over there except for Terry Mateus, and he throws everything under the bus.
Yeah, I agree.
I go point by point.
Ooh, Brian agrees.
I go point by point. I actually love most of James Gunn's work. And so far, I've just criticized his PR work and decisions that were definitely doing something by not using some of the DC characters that were already there, wanting to use a clean slate, which I consistently said is the issue I have with the whole industry. Every artist wants a blank canvas, and that's why a lot of this stuff goes to shit, just like Star Wars. Just like the Star Wars sequel trilogy, whether you like it or not. JJ and Ryan were fighting back and forth, and Colin all wanted different visions. They couldn't work together, regardless of what happened with Kathy's decisions. Those three together, they all want a clean slate. Someone, for some of these things to work, someone has to work off of existing painting.
Do the fans have any responsibility in that? In how they acted with the reaction of Last Jedi, to the point that maybe they were actually adhering to Kathleen Kennedy? They were actually adhering to fan base's disgruntledness. And that's why it became a mess, because they actually listened, they actually listened to fans. And that's why that movie is terrible. You never listen to fans.
Part of it. Yeah. No, that's not. I don't agree with that either. That you never.
No, I was being hyperbolic, but I think that's why they don't. Because look what happens.
Might be right there.
I think it can be a trap if you don't navigate it correctly. Yes.
Like anything else.
CJH Entertainment, $2 Canadian. Can Max bring back the Doctor Doom mask for Halloween? It's right here.
Yeah, see? Right here. At the end of the world.
I misspelled her name. Oh, no.
Good one, dumbass.
What did I say it? Oh, I did Mac, like mac and cheese or something. I don't know. I don't know what I did.
Mac and cheese.
No, Max, you're like a DC pick me girl,
DC pick me girl. I did it on all.
DC pick me girl. That describes Max to the fullest.
On all ends that people,
Yeah, you did. Oh, sorry.
I'm not enough of a James Gunn critic, and I'm too much of a James Gunn critic. And I released a single video. Did anyone see it? Where I said he's extremely relevant, and he's the most interesting. Even though I disagree with what he's doing, he is the most interesting corner of superhero movies right now, because we know what more.
And you want him to stop.
I didn't. Where did I say I want him to stop?
You want him to stop tweeting.
I want him. Yeah, yes, I did.
Okay, so that's where you wanted him to stop. You want him to stop giving you content.
There's no way to convince
like you said, there's nothing else going on. If James Gunn wasn't tweeting, there would be nothing going on.
Content and announcements. Oh, wow. Who took him out?
I don't know. Did you
Someone
take yourself
took me out? No, I did not take myself out. Uh-oh.
I'm getting used to this.
Someone's taking control.
I'm getting used to this freaking perp.
I'm playing a video game, so
I'm not surprised.
I'm only part way engaged.
This leaves only one name, only one crown.
That'd be Brucifer.
Brucifer,
the king, the king of nerds,
the king.
Stifling.
Go ahead, Bruce. What do you think here?
Oh, what?
Do you go ahead? Perp and Brian said I'm too overly critical. I think I've been extremely fair to James Gunn. I even replied to a critic today. I've been extremely fair.
Well,
extremely fair.
No,
it's been perfect.
Well, I would not have had to make this if you didn't have your moments.
It's a joke, though. You don't really believe that.
No, I don't think you hate James Gunn.
No, I actually really I think he's very talented. And
I think they're unfairly critical. Unfairly critical.
I think you feel he took your favorite toy away.
Yeah.
And
therefore unfairly critical.
What did I say? I said firing James Gunn would be stupid because the decisions are made.
It doesn't matter because you also know you're never getting that toy back, so you don't care about James Gunn getting fired one way or another.
I do care if he gets fired. I don't want it. That would be another.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You don't. It wouldn't matter if he got fired because that wouldn't bring Zach back, and you know that.
Yeah, just getting fired does not mean Zach's coming back.
Exactly. How about we settle this once and for all? Do you want DC to fail?
No, absolutely not. I said,
the heart of the matter is he's overly critical because he's unfairly critical of James Gunn. Why do you say that? Because everything he does is everything he says is overly scrutinized and taken in kind of bad faith.
True.
Everything is overly scrutinized because he's extremely
Yes.
relevant. And
Because there's nothing else
stakes
going
are the
on.
highest.
Because there's nothing else going on.
There are other things going on, but it's
no. You said it yourself.
because
In the superhero world, he's the only thing going on.
No, I said he's the most interesting going on right now because it's unknown and the highest stakes.
Why is that?
Because
I
the
think
stakes
it's
are higher
more.
than
Isn't
Marvel.
Batman 2 more unknown? Isn't Batman 2 more unknown?
No, because
So you know what's going to happen in Matt Reeves' Batman 2?
Because everyone already, most people believe that it's going to be a success, that they have the tone of that Batman series. And Matt Reeves has a track record too.
And it's Batman. People will go see Batman.
So there's
a
not
plastic bag drowning in
the
water.
reason that James Gunn's name comes up is because he's so relevant and the stakes are the highest.
I think he's also being very charitable when he gives you any information at all. My point sort of was that you don't understand.
Give me some more.
No, because you don't understand and you don't know what's going on with any other production. So the fact that he gives you anything at all, and then that is overly looked at, is, I think that's why it's you're being unfairly critical. Because where else do you get access?
But Perp, you gotta realize a lot of fans are like that from the comic book world. They want everything now. Star Wars fans, they want everything now.
Yes.
Trek fans, they want everything now. Basketball fans, no matter what form entertainment is, fans want everything here and now. They don't want to wait. They bitch, they complain when it's coming. When they get it, they still bitch and complain. So there's no winning.
Well, it's not only that. You got more. He's giving you little stuff here or there versus any other production in Marvel where you have to kind of wait until the teaser or trailer.
I think maybe your head may be in the sand if you don't realize some of the stuff he said online has generated negative buzz for DC.
I understand.
Even though he hasn't started directing his movie yet.
I think that's from a minority. And I think that's also from clickbaity media stuff because it could be, again, he's doing something new in terms of he's like the studio head that's talking and giving little bits of information himself. So I think because of that alone, anything could be misconstrued negatively, and negativity sells.
I mean, some of this stuff is hilarious because even though we're questioning about Gal Gadot or Zachary Levi, any character that James Gunn's personally invested in with his projects, just like he announced Vigilante. I don't think that was a good look when you were silent, even because of the strike for Gal Gadot. Vigilante's
that's something
coming back.
Over nothing. That's my point, though.
No, that's very important to some people.
Okay.
I don't.
I think.
That to me is I'm a critic. Is bad PR. There's silence around Gal Gadot. She's out there pleading we're going to work with James Gunn. Absolutely nothing because of the strike, which I understand. Mm-hmm. But the first time you can come back on, you're talking about Vigilante's back. And I think it's a joke where even the most ardent James Gunn fans kind of know is someone that he's worked with is probably most likely coming back.
Can I ask you a question, Max?
Do you care about the content or how it's made?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, did you read my reply to your Twitter comment about this same subject?
When did you tweet it?
Probably 4 or 5. I replied to your tweet.
Oh, I hold on.
I said basically that maybe all these other actors had contracts and maybe Gal doesn't, and that's why he cannot talk about a project with her because she's not under contract.
There's tons of reasons.
And can't because of the actor strike. I don't think even if she was under he would have announced it because he knows that people want to see Gal.
That's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not a possibility. Oh, great! My mother's calling.
Figure drawing. What do you mean by that? What has it served him compared to what? As opposed to what? Just people on the internet complaining about him?
Hold on, I got to take this call from my mother.
You're good. All right, man. All right, good. Now that he's gone, I'm just kidding. Isn't that funny how he was all high and mighty about talking about Chris Gore and all those people, but we got something else.
It turns into James Gunn once again. Jesus Christ.
See, that's what I'm telling you. You can't get too hyped about one particular person, because this is why I don't like talking about the Menace, because it's like
It's unfair. It's unfair, and I think Brucifer is correct. This is a comic book fan issue thing, because I don't see the movie community like dying to know every single detail. I mean, sure, there's always going to be spoiler stuff, but like, we're the point where if you're not getting the detail, you're getting angry. Like, you're like, what's this going on? Why am I confused? Like, all this stuff. Like, it's true. Even if there was confusion, which I think there is. Like, dude, fair, don't you want to be surprised? You should be confused. Like, that's the magic of movies, is not knowing what comes next, not knowing what he's doing. To
be fair, the same energy Max is giving.
All right, I unfortunately I'm really into the topic, but I have to go. It's not like a dangerous emergency. It's just my mom and her friend are coming back from the lake, and my mom's friend ran out of gas, and she's a good friend, and I have to go get a can of gas.
You're a good son, Max.
I have to go buy a can at the gas station and fill it up so they can get where they're going to go. There's no one else.
You're a good dude, Max.
So,
sweet boy Max.
I'll see how fast I could do this.
All right.
I'll put the dogs away and I'll be back.
Part 2 continues later tonight.
We're just going to talk about how you're wrong the whole time until you get back. So make sure you're listening so you get your arguments. So you get your arguments ready when you get back.
I hope you're listening.
Brian, you're in charge.
Are you sure?
That's perfectly fine with me.
Well, I should do it, right? I should go help my mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't even question it. You're already looking good now that you question it.
I'm like, what do you want me to do, Mom? I'm on a live stream.
Culture way. I'm just kidding.
I gotta go.
But I'll be back later.
I sent an Uber, Mom.
I gotta finish slides for tomorrow.
All right, Perp's in charge then? God.
Perp and Brian in charge.
Let's go. We're gonna look at some Asian horror films, getting ready for that Halloween. Getting ready for that Halloween with some Asian horror films. We're going to look at the scariest scenes ever.
I'm so nervous.
We're going to lose all the viewers. But that's cool.
Oh, thanks, Cal. Sorry you don't have yours. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll be back after I finish my slides, guys.
Brian and Perp stream. Let's go. Yeah, I'll be back. Don't, take it easy on me while I'm gone, Perp. All right, let me see how quick I could do this. They're not far away.
No, you should be back in probably about a half hour, 45.
30. Half an hour?
You got a gas can, or you go buy one?
No, I had them at my mom's house, and she threw them away. I had a couple. She got sick of them.
Well, you better hurry up, because I think
for situations like this, so I have to go buy another one. All right, bye.
Man, that sucks. It's like a trip to Walmart and everything.
It's a full trip to Walmart. Who wants to go to Walmart? I'm a Target guy.
It's what's available. The Walmart is closer. That's why I shop there. Let's see here. Right,
he went, Zeno. He went.
Yeah, he did.
He's gone.
We do have a super chat. Let's see.
Max.
He's not here. Oh, Max. Thank you for responding to my comment.
Is that his mom?
Right.
Thanks for responding, Mom.
All right. Well,
thanks for coming to get me, Mama.
I was just kind of planning on phoning it in tonight. I was going to give Max a hard time.
No, now you got to try. Now you got to
keep
the whole thing going.
Oh, shit. All right.
You got to see the host work.
I don't even know what his complaint was about. Usually he puts it in the description. Let's see here. Nope. I'm just saying it's the internet. It's YouTube. That's what people do. I mean, it's a side hustle. Of course, people are going to try to make money off something, man.
It's capitalism. People want
It's just beating a dead horse to death sometimes, it gets a little much.
I consider them now kind of weird ASMRs where people just go to hear what they want to hear.
Basically, it's like going to your favorite.
Oh, it is.
It's like going to your favorite church on Sunday.
Barbie will bomb.
Can I beat gun hate?
Disney will woke.
Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed everything he's put out thus far. When they announced him, I was very happy about it.
So was I.
I sat back and just and laughed and got to the point where it just kind of got sad because people were still dwelling on it. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, just the distance out from the first, like with Creature Commandos or whatever the hell, right? Okay. Yeah. It's just so far out right now. But it's like Brucifer says, it's like we gotta have it now. We gotta have it now. Gotta have it now. It's like no, it's so far out that it's like it's not even worth.
It's got to make sense now.
It's not like I'm not trying to say it's not worth talking about, but it's like it's not worth getting into the meat and potatoes of everything when they haven't even like.
Yeah, there's a missed opportunity for nerding out and be like, okay, this is how it could work, and then us nerds put it together ourselves, where it's like, okay, he does this with Aquaman, Flash changed this, da 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 da. But instead, we're just complaining because it doesn't make sense. It was like there used to be a time, I think, where at least I always hear about like what nerd talk used to be. You know, it used to be about this guy could beat up this guy. It
was like when Star Trek was fun, or Star Wars was fun to talk about. Like right after the Force Awakens came out, where everybody was like speculating, it's like who's Snoke? Who's this Rey chick? What are we doing here? Let's go. Let's find out. Let's figure out. Let's get to let's mill it up. And then after
what the hell was Poe doing the whole time?
Yeah, you know, at the end of
speculation,
the Last Jedi, it just the air got sucked out of the room,
broke people.
And it just kind of made an entire like genre of just people just shitting on movies. I mean, it existed before, but it was like the floodgates broke open at that point because it was like the earlier in 2016, you know, you had your Batman versus Superman, so they were starting to go. They were starting to pry open the let's jump on the crap movie bandwagon.
Yeah.
And then they made Ghostbusters. Let's see here. It's like pop culture televangelism for the falsely aggrieved. Yeah. I would agree to a certain point.
Exactly. Everybody's
got their favorite preacher. Let's see here. Gunn had a great chance to save the DC movies. Yeah, no, exactly. He's a fan. I would
Zeno being positive.
I would show some Starfield, but I have to like turn my camera around and you just
see what y'all need is a Starfield. No, we don't. It's October, Halloween.
Yes.
Scary stuff. Scary space. Go do Dead Space if you're into
it pays to know what makes something sells really mad. And press repeat. Damn. Okay, dude.
I've never cried in a Star Wars
I've got such. Let's see here. I cried after. Dude, same. I will get emotional.
I would get emotional. I get very emotional in movies, but I've never cried in a Star Wars. Never got me. I always had fun with them. They were like, oh, they're fun. But I don't think I've ever been.
I cried during all the Star Wars movies. It's like if it's a proud moment, I'm just like. Yeah, when I got to see the Last Jedi was a big one because that was right when Carrie Fisher passed, and
true.
We got twice. First when she got sucked out into space, and everybody's like, oh, they're not gonna kill her off right now. That'd be horrible. And then when Luke Skywalker, I mean, whatever. The force projection of Luke Skywalker came, kissed her hand, told her, you know, not everybody's really gone. Waterfalls, bro. Waterfalls, man. Everybody hated that scene, hated it so much, and all they did was it was like one-upsmanship. And you know what's real? You know why I'm really tired of like the Star Wars hate in particular?
What?
Because I feel like it's somebody dumb like me trying to sound smart. They're like sitting there, so like instead of like beating the drum, you know, whatever topic or a cultural whatever I can get up on, women bad, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Now it's they're like really hyper critiquing things like the writing and stuff like that, and they're just like, well, it's like they took a learning annex course, and they're like, well, this is story structure, guys, and it's like, bro.
Well, I think that's what they're in right now, sort of what I call the critical drinker stage of like, no, blaming the story and all this stuff and looking a little bit deeper than just, you know,
the surface
it's
level.
Woke. Yeah, the surface level. It's woke, bad, you know.
Exactly.
They're looking, which is fun. It kind of needs to happen because I thought, you know, that whole getting woke stuff was dying out, you know, a little bit.
Yeah,
at least not as popular as it was, especially since it's like clearly being demonstrated over and over. That's not like true, at least in terms of get woke, go broke. It's like, all right, that's not working.
It just depends on the circumstances, honestly.
Yeah.
Half the companies were going broke to begin with, and they're like, "Well, wait a minute, let's try to catch some wokeness," and then
Oh, that's
just
true. Yeah.
fall off a cliff after that. Anyways, they weren't
No,
meant
I
to.
think COVID did break a little bit of that too, because it was like they had their opportunity to be like, look, see, theaters are dying. And I remember seeing that. It's like, it's not COVID, it's the wokeness that's killing the theaters, when it's like, all right, come on. And it's like, I think at that point that started like that, okay, this is clearly bullshit. We know why theaters are dying, right? People aren't going because of COVID, whatever, blah, 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 whatever. And I think that little spark started like this whole little thing is like, we're going to have to try a little harder than just,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or at least ride the wave. Because if theaters are dying, right, they're still like, okay, it's going to be a long process anyway.
Guys, it's across the board, okay? Like even in my industry, I happened to like check our employee part of the website, whatever. They have like little things that are going on, with pertaining to what we do in auto parts. I guess there's a bill on the to make it more to make auto parts more accessible to everybody. Because at the moment, if you have a new car, you can't really get parts for them outside of the dealership for at least 5 to 6 years. After the car, so it really hurts a lot of small business. It's part of technology getting better and stuff like that. It's the prevalence of things. I mean, the same thing happened in the 80s when they switched from carburetors to fuel injection. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just a natural process of things. But industries change, industries evolve, and it's no different for your entertainment, guys. Like,
sure.
I mean, 40 years ago, video games weren't nothing.
And I think with drinkers specifically, I think my biggest problem, and I'm going to try to be, being nice about it, is like he has just such a lack of perspective in terms of, if you look at everything, it's very just like mainstream, just like, what's out in the theater, without looking at all the stuff that he's looking for, all the stuff that he asks for is out there. When it comes to, let's say, quote unquote, strong male leads, like that's all out there. It's like, why is he lying, saying that the majority of movies have these weak males that want to make us, weak by consuming this media product? That's absolutely not true. And all he has to, and it could be just an ignorance, because, if I go to his best of list, it's just like, oh, Drinker recommends Predator, Drinker recommends Jaws. It's like, these are all very obvious, like, film school level, like, like, go out away from your, your safe movies, go find like some movies that seem to, like, because he seems to be like that type that likes the Terminal List, all those Bourne movies, tons of spy movies from foreign, from other countries, all that stuff that he could be enjoying and recommending to his large base, an audience. But that's not what he wants to do. What he wants to do is complain about what's mainstream right now, what's in the theater, and that's why I kind of like felt like, for me, trying to bring that idea of like, oh, independent cinema, foreign cinema to movies, because it's not just DC and Star Wars out there. There's so many good,
and that's the other thing. Like, we have to understand there's a bigger world out there of other
in terms of movies, and that are giving us exactly what we're looking for. We just don't know it exists, and that's the thing. That's why I like to go out there.
I have a very small window of things that I enjoy watching. Other than that, it takes a lot to get me out of my comfort zone. So, like, I mean, even there's so many shows that I'm supposed to watch, but I haven't even gotten close to starting yet. So it's like,
yeah. But for me personally, I was never into comedies that much, So I could never. I always had my perspective within like studio comedy. I'd love like stuff like Old School. Sure, I love There's Something About Mary, all that stuff. And it wasn't until like college that I actually saw like, well, outside of like Kevin Smith, obviously, stuff like indie stuff like that. Like I consider that different, but it was like, in terms of like a comedy pure comedy troupe or something like that. In college, I was introduced to the Broken Lizards guy that did they did Super Troopers and they did Slam and Salmon, and I thought they were absolutely hilarious. I was like, wow, I never even heard of these movies, right? Because comedy is just not my thing. And I was like, oh yeah, there's probably tons of stuff out there. I should like, if I'm ever in the mood to laugh, I shouldn't just be like, what's a movie I heard of? You know?
True. No, and that's I don't know. And I come on these things. We talk to me about like film people, and the only films I watch are Star Wars, Star Trek, and Marvel movies.
And that's fine. But because that's fine because you don't really complain. At least not for the Star Wars stuff, and for the Star Wars stuff, you don't even complain. You just don't watch. And you're like, "Why aren't you watching?" Then you have to say your reasons.
No, I'm a little bit. See, that's my thing. That's my version of complaining. I'd rather not watch. I don't have. I will cherry pick Star Trek, and that's the great thing about it. There's tons of it out there, so you can be like, "All right, I'll have some of that, and I'll have some of that," and just go have fun.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if people could do that with Star Wars, the world would be a better place. I'm telling you right now. You don't have to interact with everything Star Wars if you don't want to.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're enjoying your Star Wars right now. It's like, okay, people that are not enjoying Star Wars, it feels like they have nowhere else to go, so they just have to stay there and complain about it. So it's like, go watch something else. Watch the France's version of Star Wars. Watch Valerian.
Okay, like
I don't know.
Let's get real here. Like, I'm gonna. There should be some like rules when it comes to criticizing Star Wars. It's like, okay, when it comes to acting in any way, shape, or form in Star Wars, criticism is null and void. Okay, they cast Jake Lloyd, and I'm not really hating on the guy or anything like that, but like that kind of set the table for the entire prequels. The faster, the more intense. That George Lucas can't direct acting. Okay, there's a reason why he only did the first of the original trilogy. So, well, amongst other reasons. But anyway,
that's crazy. I never would have thought meme culture because I could have thought like it feels like that movie was memed, and then the next generation after us sees us memeing, and they're just like, yeah, people love this movie. Yeah, it's loved, it's beloved, and they end up like sort of growing up with the prequels in a positive light thanks to me because we were ironically shitting on it most of the
time. Right. Well, I mean, honestly,
we would just say hello there.
Well, like, okay, so like 99
and now we love it.
The Phantom
We've like memed ourselves to loving it.
Right.
Like we do like that stuff.
It's come full circle. I still haven't come around to Attack of the Clones yet, but
I'm more of Attack of the Clones with Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones is consistently hilarious, while Phantom Menace just gets boring after a while.
I cannot do that movie in one shot. I end up like napping sometime around the pod racing scene.
And Phantom Menace. Oh, I thought you were talking about Attack.
Oh, Attack of the Clones? Same thing. When Obi-Wan gets the Camino, I'm getting drowsy.
Yeah. A little bit after the clone stuff.
The Naboo stuff. Forget about it.
Hey, Taladia.
Who's this?
That's
Who's that?
Little movie Frankenstein.
It's Frankenstein. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's October. This is my October.
Okay.
This is my October look. Get used to it.
I'm digging that. That's cool.
Okay, I thought to pop in real quick before going to bed and everything, and just see what you guys talking about.
Oh,
well, I'm just
talking about how James Gunn is awesome.
Like Star Wars is
out there.
Very easy.
Can't wait to see his Superman legacy. Yeah. He's gonna make the best Superman ever. We're not gonna ever think of any other previous Superman. We don't have to because we have the best Superman.
I talked Max out of his hyperbolic title because he does the same thing with regards to DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just not as hyperbolic as say,
I don't know if you guys saw Cosmic Fury, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. See,
no.
The last season of Power Rangers ever.
Oh wow! Is it good?
Watched.
It's the first 10. It's only 10 episodes.
But is it good?
It's good.
Turbo or Zeo? Which one was after?
Or Exo?
No. I watched Turbo, Zeo.
Exo Invasion.
Was the last one I watched.
So Zeo, then it was Turbo.
Okay,
Then
no,
it was
Turbo was the last one I watched.
Kamen Rider,
Because they were like, it's morphin time.
Gothic
Yeah.
Psycho Lolita.
Sips into death. Yeah, I know. But yeah, this is the last
I like Ivan Ooze.
season. So so I would recommend you guys checking that out.
But is it like the action good? What do they do? How do they bring
lots
it?
of action?
Okay, but how do they
Lots of
bring it?
action.
Is it bigger? Do they destroy big buildings or something?
Lots
What do
of
they do?
fireworks.
Lots of fireworks. That's like every other episode. Sell it. How's it different? How's it bigger? Sell it, Taladia.
New suits.
New suits. Okay, that's a sell. All right, new suits, everyone. We got new Power Ranger suits.
Isn't that like tradition though? Like, doesn't like
No.
No,
No,
it's not.
because it's not.
They're breaking all traditions with this one, Brian.
But like
It's not adaptation from Super Sentai at all.
It's not a Super Sentai adaptation whatsoever. It is its own thing.
The suits are its own thing. The only
Its own
adaptation they're taking is the Zords and some of the monsters.
Ooh.
all right.
What do the Zords do?
I mean,
is there a car chase?
It's like orbs, like little orbs, and they turn into
orbs?
Zords. Yeah.
Do they have a car? Is there a car chase? Is there a motorcycle chase like Kamen Rider?
No car chase.
There's no car chases.
But there's a guy's arm gets blown off.
Should we get an A.B. Joe
okay.
Johnson cameo?
That's better than a car chase. All right, I'll watch it. Is there blood?
Blood? No blood.
No blood.
Actually, there's a cut, but no blood.
A cut. I'll take some cuts. I'll take a cut or two. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the recommendation. I didn't know that was the final.
Damn, I
Power
haven't
Rangers.
watched Power Rangers in freaking forever.
I used to watch a couple.
I just thought to mention it up. I don't know what you guys were talking about.
It's like the little kid was the Blue Ranger.
And a couple Japanese Super Sentai stuff that I like.
Every
once in a while, I'll catch up.
Yeah, Power
There's
Rangers.
Armosaurus. Look up Armosaurus.
They went to space after that, and I was like, bro, I'm out.
Yeah, this is basically going to space.
They go to space again.
The reason why I watched it.
Stop going to space, Space Rangers.
Like legit. Okay, so like at 4 o'clock.
Have they fought the VR troopers?
Coming home from school when I was a kid, show would be on. There'd be like Goosebumps or something stupid on before, and then it would be Power Rangers.
Yep.
Okay, and then after that, local syndicated programming, which usually was a form of Star Trek: The Next Generation. So I would watch Power Rangers to get to Star Trek, except for the weekends.
What a tonal shift!
Because that was Cops.
What a tonal shift!
Because Cops is filmed on location with law enforcement.
With a live studio audience. Ha ha ha!
That's what that show needed.
But Pep,
yeah.
But Pep, I'm gonna say this right. Lord Zed's a big factor in this season.
Really?
Who? Lord Zed? Oh, good. I know him.
Yeah, he had the big old Z on his forehead. I remember that.
him.
Yeah, he's got a V.
Good for him. He was always a cool looking character. He was my favorite concept design art. Awesome. Yeah, I'm already gonna check it out. You can stop selling it. That could have been a cool surprise, Talati. Stop spoiling it now.
I'm not spoiling anything else.
Yeah, you are. You said Zed was in it. That would have been an awesome surprise for me. I was like, oh shit, he's
Next
in
thing
it.
you're gonna say Goldar's in there. And
Yeah.
like,
Stop ruining it.
I wish.
Oh, now you told me Goldar's not in it. God damn it, Talati. Shut up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Dash.
I didn't mean to say shut up.
Rita Repulsa, Putties.
Rita Repulsa is not. Don't say anything else. Don't say who's in it, who's not.
Pep, remember, this is on Max's
naming off
channel.
Power Rangers names.
Remember, this is on Max's channel, not on your channel, so you cannot.
I
Hey,
know.
we're
That's why I
maintaining 8
apologize,
people.
Taladia. I am
Fantastic.
sorry.
Let's see. What is this? What kind of up with the chat here? We're kind of off in our own little world here.
Yeah, well, the chat could.
What's
Whatever, just do my
everyone's
channel.
favorite October movie? But does October have to be in the title, or like because the Hunt for Red October? It's a badass movie.
Yes, I've seen it. I think I heard something about that being the first Bond movie. I don't remember. Wasn't Hitchcock trying to do a Bond movie or something?
North by Northwest, possibly. Possibly.
The one I haven't seen is the one with Woody
Casino
Allen.
Royale.
The original Casino Royale with Woody Allen. I haven't seen that one. And Peter Sellers.
Yeah, I know.
The comedy. The James Bond comedy.
Me neither. Let's see here. Can we please stop talking about another person? Okay. James Bond is the best. Yeah, I would agree.
I don't even like North by Northwest that much. It's not my favorite Hitchcock.
Let's see.
McFarlane Toys doing.
I
G.I.
prefer
Joe.
For Correspondent. What else is the spy shit that worked for me? Where's action, quote unquote, action stuff? Whatever. Here's a hot take. I'm gonna do this. Actually, I'm gonna save it for the hot take. I'm gonna save it for DL's hot take.
Yeah, I don't think there's any horror films based in Halloween besides Halloween.
No,
right?
Rope was okay. I liked Rope. Yeah, I liked Rope. I like Shadow of a Doubt. I like
Final Destination.
I like Final Destination Part 2 and 6.
I saw.
Come
that
at me, bro.
Before I got baptized. Final Destination.
Hitchcock,
Wait,
For
what?
Correspondent. What else? Rope, Shadow of
You
a Doubt.
still
I
that-
like
Wait,
Strangers on a
wait.
Train. I love
Time out. Brian says before he got baptized,
Bird, Psycho.
he saw Final
obviously.
Destination.
Yeah. I went out. I was 16 when I got baptized. And Catholic dumped me. Good stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but we went to the movies before that and happened to watch Final Destination, the first one.
I remember. I know.
So I was thinking,
That's a move. That's quite a movie before baptism.
right? Sean William Scott going out like a punk. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, in the train.
You guys make me laugh.
Ali Lauder.
I like the second one more because
That was a good cast, dude. Devin Sawa. I mean, like,
Devin Sawa, yeah.
yeah.
So Max has gone off somewhere, I reckon.
Yes.
He had to go be a hero.
VHSs.
So when he gets back, we're gonna sing him a song. A heroic little ditty. But anyways, I don't know. Anything been going on good with you guys?
Well, I finished Arkham Asylum. Finished the
Shit
story.
to talk about here. I got 49ers won today. Yeah, that was good.
I watched the NFL and Ryder Cup today.
Nice. Yeah,
Never a
let's
match
see.
stream goes without figure drawing. Zeno, please calm down in the chat.
Yeah, Zeno, you're taking it way too far right now. Simmer down. This is a family channel.
It's Hitchcock, baby.
It's Hitchcock, baby.
Oh
So,
man.
Everyone, you know which one? You know which one I think is overrated? Hitchcock, Vertigo. There, I said it. Vertigo. There, I said it. I said it.
Pep,
I
I'm gonna
said
say
it.
this right. Pep, I'm gonna say this right.
What's up?
It's so weird to see you with a Frankenstein behind the woods compared to like a spooky themed background.
Well, I'm in the woods. What do you want me to do?
I thought you'd do something like spooky background.
No, but I'm in the woods. I'm in the woods. I'm in the woods, Talati. I'm in the woods, dude. I can't do anything about it. I'm in the freaking woods.
The Broncos won a game.
Finally.
After getting 70 points dumped on them last week.
Yeah, CJH makes a point too. I'm Frankenstein's monster. I'm not Frankenstein.
Wow, that's a conquer.
That was a doctor. I am clearly not a doctor, sir.
I'd show you my Twitter feed, but it's nothing but sports. I'm sorry, guys.
Perfectly rated. What do you mean, PG? Figure drawing? Got him. Rated G, perfectly rated.
Yeah, that looked good.
Does a Frankenstein poop in the woods and no one's
Yes.
there? Do you hear
Yes.
it? That's a philosophical question, Zeno. If a Frankenstein poops in the woods and no one's there to hear it, did a Frankenstein really poop in the woods?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Talade, what do you think? Yeah.
You already said it because no one's around to hear it.
Because no one's around to hear it. How
No
would
one
you
is
know?
around to bear witness.
No, but the poop would be there afterwards.
The poo
This
poo
is
will
also
be there.
true.
Would you clean it, Taladia? If Frankenstein pooped in front of your, apartment or house or whatever, would you clean it
I
up?
have I would have an OCD meltdown.
I would
Yeah.
step
So you'd
over
have to clean it up. You'd have to clean up the Frankenstein poop.
I'd step over it.
Would you save some of it because it is Frankenstein?
Yeah.
But it's Frankenstein. Like that's an important
Why are we talking about poo?
because it's Frankenstein.
That's weird.
You don't think Frankenstein
Steelers got the
poos?
shit kicked out of him. Oh.
You think Frankenstein's monster? Sorry, you don't think Frankenstein monsters poo? You think Frankenstein corrected that matter? He's like, this is the perfect man. He does
we
not
have another
poo.
Taylor Swift sighting at a Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Great.
Things are getting really
Keep us
intense
updated on
between,
that, Brian.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce of the Chiefs.
Hysteria. Remember when the song came out like 3 years later? It's like, damn, what a miss.
Yeah, right.
Hysteria. Brian, question: how many Star Trek movies have you seen in a theater?
Wow.
All of them.
1, 2.
I've seen First Contact.
First Contact, Insurrection.
I did not see Insurrection.
2009.
I've only seen 3. Holy shit.
And Into Darkness. I've only seen 4.
I've only seen 3.
Into Darkness burned me so hard I did not watch Beyond in the theaters.
Which is a shame because Beyond was really great.
There was, comparatively speaking. And
at least the first 10 minutes.
I wish they'd have done something like that instead of give us this really weird con misdirect, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, Crazy Joe says Khan was in a missile the whole time, so let's go with that.
Sure. I just don't. It was bad. I'm sorry. When Pain and Gain was the better of the 2 movies that I watched that day, it's bad. I'm not that old, dude. This shit came out in 96.
96, same year as Independence Day, CJH.
That's right. As a matter of fact, I saw the trailer.
We saw the White House blew up. Where were you?
The trailer for First Contact during the showing of Independence Day, because I saw that in the theaters too.
Yeah.
Same theaters, Cinedomes.
And everyone went, oh, because it was one of those things where no one watched Star Trek Generations, but people knew what it was.
It was spectacle.
Even then, there was fake nerdery when because I was in Miami at the time. Ain't no way that Miami audience saw Star Trek Generations. So when they saw that First Contact trailer, they all went, oh, when Picard, because I think they did the Borg teaser thing, right? When
yeah. No,
they do the eye shot
around.
or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, I was like, you fakers, you just know who that is because you know who that is. You don't watch the show.
Yeah. Doing nothing.
Fakers.
He was 1 year old in 96.
Grifters.
Making
96.
me feel-
Grifters 96. That's what I call them.
Very true. Very true. Damn you, Siskel and Ebert. Oh.
Yeah, they hated that movie. They hated Independence Day. But I think Ebert loved First Contact.
True. He had a soft spot for Star Trek.
Yeah, he did.
Independence Day was amazing. That's when movies were spectacle.
Yeah.
It was like that once a year where you go drop that money and you're like, yeah, let's go. I mean, later on that year, right around the time First Contact came out, Mars Attacks came out. 96 was a good year.
96 was a banger year.
Yeah.
I think it was because it's kind of like, it feels silly now, but it was a lot of I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know we could blow up the White House. Like the aliens could technically, it feels like they could win, right? Because every movie is sort of Die Hard where you stop the White House from blowing up. It was so you see that in the trailer. It's like, holy shit, where does it go from there? And that's just mind blowing. And that's where your imagination runs. And that's why it's a huge hit. And in terms of the spectacle of oh, shit, where does it go from there? We have to get it in a different sort of way, sort of like a character thing, more often than a pure spectacle of oh, after that happens, what happens?
Yeah. All right, let's do a tier maker. What do we got here? Let's figure out. Let's do a.
Well, I've got to head out because it's starting off.
Wow.
So you have yourself a good one. I like doing tier rankings with her.
Yeah, I'll do a tier.
Yeah.
You have a good.
I'll
night.
do a tier. I'll do a tier too. Hey, you have a good night too, Tiladia. Good luck with Arkham City. If that's your next one, good luck.
Yeah. And
That's a
guys,
tough one.
and Max
I get
come,
lost in that one.
when Max come, tell him don't get lost in the VHS world.
Okay, I will.
Alright,
Yeah,
let's see.
Scream 6 did come out. I mean, Scream 6 did come out in 96.
Let's see here. 90s blockbusters.
The hell? Why are you being mean, CJ? Bedtime for those live with parents' basements. Why are you being mean, CJH? I'm in a basement. I'm in your basement.
Bro, he's like in another country, man.
Oh, you're in another country, bro. Don't come at me with that Canadian bull
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
Max is never
All
coming
right,
back.
Let's see how bad
He's an
is
unsolved.
this?
He's a unsolved mystery. I was
All right, screw it.
responding
We're not gonna.
to Zeno. Okay,
Oh
I'm sorry.
God, they're all fucking
Respond away.
cape and comic movies.
And then Zeno will respond to you, and it's a never-ending cycle of response. Trust me, I know about that.
I want, like,
Look at my eyebrows.
man, I'd rather go for like music. It's funner that way.
Music. I have terrible taste in music, though.
I know.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. Let's see.
It's gonna get lost. It's gonna be the Blair Witch Project. Hey, Max here. Too scared to close my eyes. Too scared to keep them open. Haley.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Breakfast foods. We did a fast food too last time, so now I'm good. All right, screw it. I got one. It's all cape and comic shit, but maybe I'll be more harsh about it. Yes.
I don't know about that.
All right, here we go.
The more you know.
Control plus.
Cue the banner.
Doom. Share screen. This is how you know we ran out of time here on MME, ladies and gents. We're presenting a tier list. Yeah.
Ooh.
All-time blockbuster.
Tier list.
That's right. Looks like the first one would be Nightmare on Elm Street.
Let's see how hot we can get with these.
See,
all these movies are, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know where that BVS is going. You might as well.
Oh. And there's no pushback on the panel.
Especially with this. Look at all those other movies. This is going to be graded on a scale. So that BVS stands no chance on this scale.
No.
If this is all graded on a scale, look at these. Look at these movies.
These are classics.
Oh my lord.
The Exorcist. Like, come on now, dude.
Oh my god.
All right. So the tiers are amazing, great, good, bad, and terrible.
Okay.
God. I know some terribles. Let's see here. The movie that started it all.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not a big fan of it, but
I'm gonna say good.
I do understand the significance.
Yeah, sure. It was very clever. I think it was a very clever premise. I wish some of the effects were better, and I wish some of the concept was better utilized. That would eventually happen in the sequels. But I think that therefore is good, not great. Sorry, I'm being very harsh here because, as we said, look at these studs in the bottom.
Oh yeah, no, we really have to. Looks like this is the first Ridley Scott Alien.
Damn.
Ooh,
I would say amazing, probably.
Yeah,
great. Yeah, let's do great. We'll
great to amazing.
Jesus.
Well, because Aliens was better.
Sure, if you're watching it.
Yeah.
That's always my criteria. Is like which one's better, whichever one I'm currently watching, because I can never choose.
There you go. Avatar. I am not the world's biggest Avatar fan. Thank you. I agree right there. Yeah.
Age of Ultron.
And feel free to disagree in the chat too.
Yeah.
If you all have any,
we welcome it. It feels better. It feels better knowing you're screaming no.
Okay. I think we're gonna get our first terrible on here though.
Really? I would say I was gonna go with but if you say terrible, then it's bad.
No, I'm gonna put it in bad.
All right.
Avengers Age of Ultron, aside from it being a really shitty movie, I got the
Here
phone
comes
call.
Crazy Joe's gonna fuck this all up. Sorry.
Oh,
for
it's okay. It's okay. But I'll
You're
let
gonna
him.
be so.
I'll let him get in to where I can explain this.
Dude, look at how
My
harsh we are.
Dude, I got the
Hell
phone
yeah.
call last time I watched this. I got the phone call telling me my dad died. So, yeah, sorry, Age of Ultron. If there's a sacrificial lamb, it's you. Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Hey.
We are doing a blockbuster tier list, and I'm glad you came along, good sir.
We're being extremely harsh.
We are.
Extremely
Avengers: Age
slanted
of
with.
Ultron is our first bad film, just because of a bunch of other reasons, but mostly because my dad died when I started watching it the last time.
You know something? I totally respect that because there's a movie I've never seen. I've never seen it. It is a Tim Burton movie, Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, and I like Tim Burton, and I have no desire to see that movie because the movie came out right when I was going through a divorce.
Oh,
And it just was this thing where I have this connection in my mind with my divorce in that movie, and my ex-wife was actually taking part in, because she was a musician, she was like in the band doing a live version of the show. So the movie was out and some local performance was going on, and she was involved in. And I just have this connection with Sweeney Todd and my ex-wife, and I can never bring myself to watch the movie.
Yeah. Well, yes, exactly, Zeno. They dropped the ball with Vision. Like this was out of all the Avengers movies, it was by far the worst. I did not enjoy that one. And by Joss Whedon.
I would actually say, I mean, I understand your reasoning, but I think the original is the worst of the Avengers movies. And I like the original. Really? I just don't think, I think when we saw what came after, it just, they kind of surpassed it.
True. They did raise the stakes in the subsequent films. Yeah. Okay, Avengers Infinity War. I'm not going to go all the way to amazing, but I'll definitely do great.
I think Alien should go to amazing. Feels weird having Infinity War next to Alien.
All right. The original Ridley Scott treasure. And then I guess we'll just put Avengers Endgame next to it because they're pretty much on the same.
See, I would put Endgame under amazing. I think Endgame is for me probably the best superhero movie ever made.
I would put.
I mean, the On Your Left cap was like,
that was
in
epic.
The feels like, that was good.
Tony,
that one brought tears.
Tony suffering and dying speechless was shocking.
Right.
I was just like, what the hell? You're putting this in a Disney movie? Based.
Right. Okay, so we have the first Avengers movie.
Man, I think that's great too, man. That was the first time we see all these characters together. No one did that before like that.
No, that's true. And everybody was scrambling. It was a game changer. Everybody was scrambling.
At least good, to
catch up. Let's see here. Batman Begins. Okay, that's personally my favorite Batman movie.
Me too, but I'd still say good.
And it started out the Christian Bale meme.
It started off the let's take everything serious. That's not.
Where is he? Here we go.
There. Easy. Don't even talk about it. Just put it.
Shockingly, I would put Batman v Superman under good. It's the only Snyder movie I liked.
No, dump it.
Of the Snyder movie,
okay.
The only one I liked.
It is not better than Age of Ultron. It needs to be at least with Age of Ultron.
It's to the left of or to the right.
I can't call it bad though. I can't call it bad. It's the only Snyder movie I wouldn't call bad. I hate Superman in it. I hate Superman in it, but I kind of feel like they were pigeonholed because they had already screwed up Superman and Man of Steel, and it's just continuity of character. It's the same.
Even the
shitty
fight
of Superman
was so disappointing to me when it was BVS. It's called Batman v Superman. They're just like, there's not even. Snyder's so good with action. I think it's the most disappointing Snyder film, in my opinion.
Okay,
because I like the guy. I like his action too.
Out of some nostalgia, just know that personally, I think this movie is awful. It's the reason why. It's the reason why James Gunn's in charge of DC now.
That's why all this happened. whatever this is. I'm just gonna put.
I mean,
quotes.
whatever came to be, like,
yeah, whatever this is, it's this movie's fault.
yes, this is the tip of the iceberg, the straw that broke the camel's back. 2 movies in, yeah, it was just bad. And then we had Suicide Squad, which was just god awful. The 1989 Tim Burton Batman movie.
I'd put that under great myself.
Yeah,
at least good. At least good. But
no, because the Prince soundtrack part of it. The collaboration there. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's like one of the first movies I really remember watching a bunch.
I think it's good, only because this was probably the most magical theater first experience I could remember as a kid. Like I remember being in the theater in 1989, and I was pretty young, so it definitely had an impact. No one's ever seen anything like this. It changed the summer movie, man. This killed all those freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sly Stallone style action films. This slaughtered them. True. Tim Burton, the nerdy goth kid, completely beat up Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sly Stallone and Mel Gibson and all those action guys. I kind
of look at Batman as being in many ways the second coming of Star Wars in a way. That
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, Star Wars changed the way the movies were marketed and merchandised, and I feel like Batman kind of piggybacked on that and then took it up a level.
True. Yeah. Well, not only that, but you got to think about it. Like at the time, superhero movies at that time was Superman for a Quest for Peace. You know what I mean? So it was like that version of Batman, just like
it was perfect. That logo is beautiful to this day. Black and gold. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Brilliant marketing.
Still looked good in the Flash.
I gotta tell you, I'm looking at the next 3 movies on the list, and they are my 3 all-time favorite movies ever. Mm-hmm. So I would say amazing on all 3 of those.
Well, you know what? One down for each. One down for each.
Yeah, right.
2 is great, and then 3 is just good.
3 is good. No, honestly,
that's what it
is. 3 is my favorite of the 3.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Joe.
3 is my favorite of the 3.
All right, just because
Joe.
I think
well, no. That was the only one out of the 3 movies. Well, okay, never. That's not entirely true.
We'll even. There's no way 3's going over 1.
No, it had the ZZ Top cameo. Okay, like that was awesome. They played their song in the movie, which was Double Back.
Man, I really do not give a shit about Doc Brown's love story. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was cute, but like too much time on that.
But Leah Thompson saying Clint Eastwood. Come on now.
There's a lot of gold in there. I would say the first 15 minutes, like when he gets into the bar, is fantastic. All that stuff is gold, and then it kind of drags for a little bit until the train stuff.
No, you got to go amazing with 3.
What's your name, dude?
2's the weakest of the 3. I can settle that.
I will move. I will move that up,
dude. If one of them's got to go down, yeah.
Okay, fine. I will take the hit and make number 2 the good. Yes, because it's the one that
most people don't already. Enjoy. I knew Crazy Joe was gonna mess this up.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I'm all right with that.
2 is so much better than 3, Joe.
Oh, come on, man.
It has the hoverboard. The hoverboard.
All the heart is in 3, man.
Mom, is that you? Remember when Michael J. Fox plays his daughter?
That's actually my least favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, that was really off-putting.
Hydrate level 4, please. Thank you.
Yeah, you really know how to hydrate a pizza, ma.
Yeah.
They called the Cubs winning the World
Series. You can't do that accent anymore.
One year off. They called the Cubs winning the World Series.
Oh, so, God. What are the quotes from part 3 that are quotable? Go, say it, Joe.
Okay, let's see. Part 3. What's your name, dude? Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. What kind of stupid name is that? Let's see you dance, runt. If you don't go out there, everyone everywhere is going to say that Clint Eastwood is the biggest yellow belly in the West.
Okay.
Nobody
shoot like that?
You win.
7-Eleven.
All right.
All right. So the next one would be Casino Royale. Personally, I really enjoy this movie, but I understand if other people do not.
I would say good.
Yes. Reintroduce Bond after that lackluster.
Right next to
performance.
Batman Begins is just fine. And Batman Begins is my favorite one. I'm being so objective. It's crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
It's
You
okay.
didn't think I
It's
could be
okay.
this objective.
It's all right. The next one, the most overrated Batman movie
Terrible.
in human
Bad.
history. The Dark Knight
Bad.
Rises.
Bad.
Wait, overrated?
No, sorry. I thought it was the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
My
no,
bad.
The Dark Knight Rises is terrible. I saw you had sad eyes, and I knew you were Bruce Wayne because you had sad eyes.
This movie sucks. The first Deadpool movie.
Good.
I thought it was pretty damn good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. When December rolls around, we can have the debate whether this is a Christmas movie or not. The first Die Hard.
I say amazing. I think it's the greatest action movie of all time. It's my all-time favorite. Yeah,
I tend to agree with you on that one. Alan Rickman was.
There's a lot of factors in there. It's definitely one of the most influential, if not the most influential action movie of all time.
It created the Die Hard on a blank subgenre.
Yeah.
True. Let's see here.
Which has turned into The Raid in a blank.
Entertainment Tonight. Sorry. Extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
E.T.?
I would again go amazing. My favorite Spielberg movie.
Yeah, everyone cries.
Yeah.
Everyone cried.
It's
cried.
It's the simple story of Jesus Christ.
It's almost too easy. I don't even want to think about it because then I'm going to be like, it's just good. But it's like the impact of that is just.
All right, Mr. Horror
On the
Film.
wall here.
Friday the 13th.
I say it's good. I understand if people think it's as a Halloween.
The first one was meh because it wasn't really Jason. It was his mom.
No, but it had a good mystery to it.
That's not a meh, though. That's great.
Yeah, it had a mystery to it. It treated it more like a giallo. Or like
in 1980, nobody walked out of Friday the 13th and said that sucked. Jason wasn't in it because they didn't know who the hell Jason was.
That is true.
Not great. Good. It's not great.
Okay.
That's Halloween.
We'll put it with the.
Yeah. The truth is, here's the thing. It's really at the end of the day not very good, but it's influential.
Yeah.
True.
I think
that's why we did it with Nightmare on Elm Street. I think
it's also very accessible nowadays too. Why it holds up is because their whole gimmick, if anyone remembers, was that it was going to have a kill every 13 minutes, which a lot of movies did not do. Like every 10 or 15 minutes, like that was they literally put that in the trailers. Like, guys, you will not be bored. Every 15 minutes we have a new kill coming on, and that's how it was sold.
What is the category here? Is this just random movies?
They're blockbusters.
Oh,
Forrest Gump.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
I like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it was good.
A little overrated, but I like it.
Yeah, that's why it's not great.
True.
And it's from the director of the 3 greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis.
Christmas
Frozen.
Carol.
It was okay. It was eh.
I never saw it.
I'd go good. You know, my daughters are the target audience. They went absolutely nuts for it.
Never saw it.
My nephew's like Olaf, so it works. What is this one here? Oh,
That's
Furious 7.
7? Dude, that's
God.
yeah, no.
I haven't seen most of those movies.
Get Out. I haven't watched that movie.
I think that's good.
Get Out's pretty damn good.
Yeah, maybe great. Maybe good. Maybe good. Great. Yeah.
I think great's probably.
Next to Batman and those 3. Okay. Hey, Max.
What the heck's going on?
Put it there. Oh, we ran out of stuff to talk about, so we got a blockbuster tier list.
What is this, Zeno?
Sir. Oh, what?
Oh my God!
Is that your Die Hard quote?
Yeah, it was a Die Hard.
It's quote. Now I have a machine gun.
A tier list.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll review it right now. We have amazing. We got the first Alien movie, Avengers Endgame, Back to the Future, Die Hard, and Extraterrestrial. Without the John Tesh music, right? Great. Back to the Future 3, Avengers Infinity War, and 1989 Batman. Good. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Get Out, and Friday the 13th. The first Avengers movie, Batman Begins, Casino Royale, Back to the Future 2, Deadpool, Forrest Gump, and Frozen. In the category, you're going to love this.
No, this already pisses
Avatar and Batman versus Superman.
This pisses them off. I told you should have gone.
This is what you do while I'm gone. is
I
put
would put
my
Avatar under
favorite movies
terrible
in
myself.
That was the first one we
Eh.
picked too. He's like, let me get this one out of
and
the way.
Age of
first and
Ultron
put it
and
there.
bad.
Oh, that's my dad died when I was watching that movie, so it's bad. Sorry.
All right, I'll allow
Dark
that
Knight is
one.
bad.
Dark Knight
How-
Rises and
How
Fast
could I
and the
say
Furious
move it
7.
after you said that? I'm like,
Yeah, that's untouchable. If we
You're
ever
like,
just move.
No, it's stuck there.
Put
Sorry.
that one in lock.
what? What about what I was talking about? All right, never mind.
What
Is
about
that
that?
Robert Meyer Burnett in the picture?
Yeah.
We
Yeah, he
agreed
was-
that it would be hypocritical for you to talk about that, so we decided to do
No,
this.
we didn't agree to that.
You know, I
We
told
agree
you
that
my-
it's hypocritical because you hate on James Gunn without knowing anything.
I
about
don't
it.
hate on it. I based on what he presents to the public, it's very fair to criticize. Oh my dear lord.
That's true.
I've
That's
told
true.
you my history with Robert Meyer Burnett.
You
right?
got this is why you become what you criticize with Snyder Bros. You are gunheads.
What? I'm not a
You're
gunhead.
Yes, you are.
You see, this is why I say you're hypocritical. Why am I a gunhead if I'm saying wait until his movies come out?
Because if you're gonna say that, then he should wait till
Like
his movies
any-
come out too until he explains it away.
It's kind of his
Doesn't
job
have
not
to.
What do we
He
do?
doesn't
doesn't
have to.
have
He can
to,
do
but
whatever
if
he
does,
wants.
I'm gonna criticize.
He's a filmmaker. He can do whatever he
but
wants.
if
He's not a
if he's
professional
gonna comment,
tweeter.
so am I. Both
Max
of
is
us are.
yeah. You noticed with the James Gunn coming back into discussion when we're doing this awesome tier list. You noticed that, huh?
I was like, let me see what they got going on, and then I saw the category.
And then you knew we had it going on.
Do you have an argument for either one of those films, Max?
What? Batman v Superman is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Really?
It's as close. To
It's how
reality-
James Gunn's in
it's
charge
as
of the
close-
DCU
it's
now.
as close to reality as that humans would be if Superman, an alien, really did exist.
No,
People
Arrival.
would be protesting.
No, Arrival.
That Lex Luthor
Arrival.
is so accurate as to. he's
Shit, I
like
think
Elon
Signs is
Musk
more
type
realistic.
character.
Oh my!
But better
Lord.
than Avengers?
That might be the first time I've heard anyone defend Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
It's complete. Elon Musk is a weirdo, and that's no shade towards him. He's weird.
I thought it was Mark Zuckerberg.
Either one
Okay,
is there.
I-
No, Brian.
Eck-
I'm leaving. I am leaving. Thank you.
All right.
You're gonna leave if it goes to good.
We all agreed, and just because Max
The-
is over here,
You took advantage
no, we
I
of
didn't.
me
said no
not being in the
pushback.
room and
Yes,
putting
we
an
did.
ad.
You took advantage when you were asleep,
I still think Back to the Future 3 should be an amazing.
Me too.
dude. I think BVS should be in bad or terrible at least.
I think you're bad or terrible.
I know.
Yeah. All right, Ghostbusters.
Amazing.
I would have said great, but yeah, I could go with amazing too.
Dude, there's no movie like that. No movie could
I'd
touch
say
that.
great.
No,
I
no
do.
sequel. Nothing.
I could think
ever-
of two movies like that: Ghostbusters 2 and
I hate
Ghostbusters
you. I
Afterlife.
hate- No, but it couldn't touch the comedy. It would like the comedy and the horror was perfect.
Who's in
Um,
charge of the tier list?
It'd be me.
We all are.
Um,
This is a democratic
I feel
tier
like
list.
I'm the bottom.
This is a democratic
Collaborative.
tier list.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
This is very
uh,
democratic. Dude,
Gone
it got
with
to
the
eh.
Wind.
It got to eh. I think it should be in terrible. The fact that it got
Yeah.
to eh is
I
grinding my gears.
originally put it in terrible.
might
the
be
reason
the
why
end of
it's
the
an
road.
eh. The reason why
Oh.
it's an eh is because Joe said it was good.
This
Yeah.
might be the end of Frankenperp on this channel. If he keeps
wow.
it an eh.
What a way to go.
Gone
I'm-
with the Wind.
Even
It's
Joe
okay.
likes Batman v Superman more
It's
than
the
that.
only Snyder movie I liked.
See? And
I
that
hate-
doesn't
I
that
hate-
doesn't that
I hate
doesn't
Superman in it, but I feel like that is the fault of Man of Steel, so I can't blame
That's-
Batman v
That's
Superman.
why
for
it's
that.
an eh.
Yeah, they
because
were.
I
It's
put
an
it in
eh,
terrible.
guys.
I
we were
originally
being
put it in
so
terrible. I was like,
charitable.
bloop. That's
Yeah,
why it's
terrible.
an eh, Max.
You had two people say terrible. Two people say it's good. It's eh.
I smell like gas. I think I got high. The
Nice.
stupid new gas cans are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
They have like a new mechanism where you
Did
got
you
to
sniff
push
it like
in
Mountain
and then
Dew?
hold it down, and it's really
Hey, guys.
it has a lot of tension. You can't
I
like
agree
I
with
quit.
Anthony.
What?
I have to admit, I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
I've
But-
seen it.
Should it really be under F? That's considered like one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's how hardcore we are over here.
Right.
That's how hardcore we are.
I mean, okay,
over here.
I could give it good.
I didn't want to
Um,
sniff
yeah.
gas.
It's kind of boring.
I've never
Oh, my-
seen it. I've never seen it. But
It-
I forgot everything about it. I saw it in class back in the day.
This movie is good enough. The Goonies.
I think it's I know it's blasphemy to say it, but I think Goonies is overrated. I love it. It's a good movie, but I don't think it's as good as people make it out to be. Monster Squad's better.
Yeah, Mummy came in my house.
Mommy came in my house.
If Batman v Superman and Avatar don't move up one, I'm leaving.
I mean, I put Avatar under terrible.
Terrible? Okay.
I hate
Bro, the fact that Ghostbusters is
You
not
put
in
it down!
is pissing me off too. Avatar's not terrible. It's very
Okay.
Great.
It's not great. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only if
Pretty
you're
good.
watching in 3D is it good. Don't do
All
it,
right.
Brian. Fight it. Fight it. Don't do it. Dude, it's terrible.
He
It
left.
can't- You cannot put
Oh,
BB
Max. Oh, dude, Max left. I feel bad, dude. He left.
We have to stand our ground, man. Look at those look at that list.
I know.
All right,
Sorry,
put it up
if
to
you
good.
could-
Put it up to good. Fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna look.
But-
I'm not gonna look.
Okay, he's
I'm
gonna
not
have to
watching.
come back now.
All right. Max, come back.
Max, we put it in good.
Max, we did it. It's
Okay.
good. It's just as good as Get Out. Congratulations.
Now we have Gremlins.
Congrats.
That was I don't know.
It was
I thought
good.
It was a good movie.
But now that BVS is there, now I want everything over it.
Yeah,
Great.
right. Everything's up to great now.
No, everything's great.
That's not a bad
Everything
idea.
from now here on in is great or amazing. Max, come back.
We-
It's not about letting him win. It's about
I
having
was-
him here.
I was just kidding, dude. Max,
Max,
it's
we were
okay.
gonna put it up.
I put it up.
Hey, you're that
Okay.
bully from Back to the
Right.
Future.
Do
I
have
got
to
my
call-
glasses for Avatar.
I'll call him.
Yeah, that's how I got
Yeah.
good.
Like,
Tell Max that we were
I'm
trolling. We
sorry.
were putting it up.
I was just playing. We put it in good.
Tell him we talked to people on the streets, regular people, and they all said it was good. So we put it
Right.
up.
By the way, those 3D glasses came from my 3D copy of Robot Monster on
Hey,
Blu-ray.
Max, come back. We put it in good.
It's good, Max.
I was serious. I got a headache right now.
Oh, from the gas. Oh, shit. Yeah.
All right, put it back down.
Well,
Brian.
change your clothes and wash your hands,
Yeah, wash your
helps.
face.
Like 3
What?
times already.
dude. I used to work at a gas station. I took
Tell him
a
to wash
shower
his
once.
face.
It was horrible. Yeah, wash your upper lip. That way it doesn't.
Wash your
stink.
face and stuff. It's probably in
Is
the
he,
beard.
is he having
But-
a good time?
I couldn't not breathe it. I should have had a mask on.
Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't
Yes,
have done you any good.
And I had this mask.
Well, go grab your Dr. Doom
Yeah,
mask.
we can put the BVS down
Put a
there.
K95 on. I should have done that.
Yeah. All right.
Tell him to grab his Dr. Doom mask.
All right. Well, we fixed it, but anyways, yeah.
We're putting it
feel
back
better.
down.
Thanks.
All right, man. Later.
Is he not coming back?
No, he has a headache.
Man, I wanted to hear what he had to say about Chris Gore.
I don't know.
No.
All right, put that BVS back down, please.
Yeah, he ain't coming
He's
back.
not coming back.
Avatar, they're bad.
Ooh,
Guardians Part 2, not as good as Part 1.
Yeah.
God, it's better than part one. I put it in there great.
I would put it in. Oh my god.
Well, I don't know. I did really.
This tier,
enjoy that.
this is
Do-do-do-do-do.
great. Oh my lord.
Brandy. Oh, come on now.
It had that personal villain with his father.
Boom, boom, boom. Do I like Come and Get Your Love or Brandy? That's the question.
Kurt Russell, man. Kurt Russell. The most
But-
hard-hitting scene in any Marvel movie is when Kurt Russell drops that bomb.
That is true. I gave your mom cancer. Oh man, that was messed up. All right, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. All right.
Okay,
That to me is
these
it didn't get-
movies.
it-
Oh, he came back. Shit. All right, we put it back
down,
good.
put it good.
Put it back good.
Why?
Okay.
No, it was good. It was good.
We got
I
it, we
wasn't
got it.
coming back soon. What the hell? You lied. I wasn't watching. I was leaving. I was really leaving. You called me to said, Max, we fixed it.
We did.
Spoilers the whole time.
And then I thought you were coming back, so
Yeah.
we fixed it.
Yeah, we fixed it.
But we fixed it back. We're good. I'm just gonna put
What?
all the Harry Potters on
Ooh,
for
Goblet is good. Goblet's good.
except for
Fire's caught in 4K.
Goblet good. Yeah,
Goblet of Fire.
that was good.
I did not like that
Order
one.
of the Phoenix should be great. Order of the Phoenix is the best one.
They needed to make that longer. These ones were god awful. Okay.
Oh, I liked them.
I know,
Nah.
Zeno.
I think the first
little bit
ones are
better.
the first two.
The new
Right.
A
mechanisms
little bit
stink.
better.
The new mechanisms stink. You have to hold it down.
What are you
gotta,
talking
like, put
about?
pressure.
What are you talking about? What are you holding?
You
there?
have to-
Ew,
you have to
stop,
hold-
stop.
The gas-
Stop.
the
You
pump.
gotta
Stop it.
hold it.
Max,
What's
stop
that?
it. Stop
He's
it.
talking
Max.
about the gas pump. You have to pull
okay.
back the
They-
boot on the
oh.
gas pump in order
Oh.
to get it to shoot into the gas.
I thought he was
tank.
talking about something else.
And it sucks. And it does not work well
Oh.
at all.
Wow.
You just have
It
to know how to
spills
do it.
everywhere.
Order
No
of
one
the
to the
do it.
gas
I read the
station.
directions.
I worked at a gas station for years. The problem is those get a funnel. Those stupid ass
Yeah. We used to have
EPA
fun.
EPA fume proof pouring systems they have on them. Yeah, you're gonna leak it all over yourself.
And I
It-
got
it-
fumes
it
all up.
happens.
I
Vince,
should've
don't
put
get
us
me started on this
K95.
list, okay?
I feel like I lost some brain cells.
That's all right.
we should have
Thank
Order
you.
of
I
the
literally
Phoenix
have my
and
hand on my
Half-Blood
face.
Prince both
Thank
are
you
great.
so
Looking
much.
at some of the
That made
stuff
my
on this
night.
list, Vince.
I suck.
Those
I'll
are
put
like-
Order of the Phoenix there.
I mean, that's the Empire Strikes Back.
You
of
know
the Harry
what?
Potter
These type
series.
of comments I love. Like,
Sure.
okay,
As a
I
person,
suck as a person. I'm
Nice.
a loving son. I just went to help my mother with gas, and you say I suck as a person
yeah,
because of my
Um,
opinions on the internet.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Hobbit movies?
yeah, you suck
The
as a
Hobbit
chatter.
movies are good.
I
They're not
hate 'em
great.
all.
They're
No,
good.
they're
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 good.
so.
I would put them
Yeah.
under terrible myself. Same
yeah.
with Lord of
All
the
right,
Rings.
bat him.
I would say
They're
they're
bad.
better than the least recent DC movies.
I would put them under terrible.
haven't gotten there
along
yet.
with the entire.
Bro, that
Lord
BVS is
of the
pissing me
Rings
off
trilogy.
so bad. Oh my
Are
god.
you calling me
Okay.
Batman, Senior Nerd? You call me Batman?
I can't believe BVS is with
Hell.
freaking Gremlins and Avengers 1. This is absolute
Wait.
bullcrap.
Did we put Gremlins up? Oh, Gremlins should be higher.
Callie, come here. Come here.
It's my
I'm gonna
favorite
put you back in
Christmas
the
movie
kennel.
of all time.
Come here.
Ghostbusters should be an amazing.
Come here.
There's no
Come
movie
here.
like that. Then they even the same people couldn't
Do I
recreate
smell
that
like
shit.
gas?
Hunger Games.
Bad.
Bad.
It was okay.
Hunger Games. I mean, I would definitely put it in good.
The first one was good.
yeah, the
Too much
first one was
shaky
good.
cam.
The first was good.
The shaky cam was bothering me.
Independence Day is a great film, but I'm not.
I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah, good.
I would put that under great.
No, that deserves being great. That's
I
like
think the
that
second
started-
half
that
isn't as
started-
good as
that
the
was a
first.
cultural moment for blockbuster
Exactly.
movies, just like
And
Barbie was.
it's
but
got
not
the
as
great-
much
Why is
as
Half
Barbie.
Blood Prince in great? Oh my god, I'm gonna vomit.
Well, Half-Blood Prince and Order of the Phoenix are the two best. Those are like the turning
It was
point. The Empire
arguably the
Strikes
better
Back
Can you
are-
of the
trade?
movies.
Can you trade Order of the Phoenix for that? Order of the Phoenix at least had an amazing wizard fight at the end.
Yaruchi, Solfan,
Yeah, true. Thank you, Brian. You're the best, Brian.
Keep
We
it up
love
there.
you.
All right.
Oh, you
Inside
keep it
Out.
up.
thanks
Oh,
for
it's
watching. I don't know why you want to cancel
Great.
me.
That's
I
one of
want
the
you to
best Pixar
succeed in your
movies.
life. I want you
That
to
movie was
succeed.
okay.
He's just mad because you're way better at this than he is.
Yaruchi Soifan.
What's
your
want you to
favorite
live
Takashi
the
Miike movie?
I
Otherwise,
want you
fake
to
name.
live the longest life ever
Yeah,
in the most successful life ever.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
if that were to happen, you wouldn't be here trolling.
yeah, yeah. I got him.
How many movies are on this list? How far down does this go?
27.
We're not too bad.
This is a lot of movies.
We can rifle through them real quick.
It
I've
is
never watched it.
that
Eh?
shit.
Yeah,
Really?
okay.
I would
See,
say
I-
great for it. I think that's
I-
probably the best Stephen King adaptation
Over
we've
Forrest
ever had.
Gump and
I'm
Get
going to
Out.
have to
Oh,
redo
yeah.
I
this.
thought we were being
topic
really
on
hard on
another live
this. We were going to
stream.
be as strict as possible.
I'm going to have to do this on another live stream. I was going
Oh,
to.
I want to hear about that. I'm excited to hear.
Well, I can't
saw
now.
that thumbnail.
Well,
and
do
wow,
it
I'm
while we
tired.
do this. Do it while we do
Elliot,
this.
Nah, I can't do it at the
It's a new
same
type of
time.
streaming.
I'll do it.
Jaws
without
is
you then.
amazing.
I'll do it without you, and I don't know what you were going to say, so it'll be real weird.
Jaws is amazing.
I actually had video clips of Ben Shapiro saying I was a screenwriter. I submitted it.
Well, you know about my history with Robert Meyer Burnett, right?
I like Robert Meyer Burnett, but I still
I-
think he's.
I find him to be. I don't understand him. Like I don't get him. Like I've hung out with him. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice-
He's been super cool to me in the times I've been in his company. But he also hangs out with racists. I don't
Well,
get it.
no. That's not.
Great.
We don't do guilt by
Good
association.
job, Brian. I
here.
like what you're doing. Oh, amazing.
Well,
He
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
view them as that. I think if he honestly thought they were that, he would not hang out with them.
Terrible.
It's pretty hard not to
No,
see
not
them.
good. Don't do that to me.
Oh God,
Yeah, at
is
least
that the
A.
second
Put
one?
A. I'll take it.
That's
No, the
Jurassic World. the
I didn't
first
like
one.
that one
Jurassic
at
World,
all.
I'd put that one under great.
Oh,
Inside Out.
you people are
I'd put-
killing me.
I'd
That
put
kills
the
me.
Lost World under terrible though.
Dude, that's the one where there's
I
like
did.
4 people
Lost
running the whole
World
park.
is one of my favorite Jurassic
Wait, we
Park
got
movie.
JP3 under
That's an
terrible?
amazing.
Oh, you got to lift up JP3. That's one of the
Oh, that
best
movie
ones.
was
Lost
horrible.
The Lost World needs to be in great.
That's
The
the
one where they
second best
kidnap
Jurassic.
Alan Grant. Dude,
Are
he
you
talks
a
to
Yeah,
the
that's the
raptors.
second.
That's the
the
one
second
where a
best
raptor
sequel.
says, Alan.
Yeah,
Alan.
exactly. Yeah, that's the
Alan.
second best sequel.
Okay,
Alan.
it's come up a bit.
Alan. That's that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right, so we have.
If you did a whole show like this on
I love this.
420, like with
That's
Alan.
awesome.
Just wait until you see my werewolf.
uh,
You gotta get JP3 out of bed. That's like the best one.
no, good.
All right. I don't care where Justice Leagues go
Lost
as long
World
as
should
it's
be up
above
in
BVS. Justice League needs to go above BVS for the love of God. If you're going to put that in good, yeah, put it right next to it. Yeah,
There-
right next to
There
it.
you go.
Degrassi, I know
Thank you.
you constantly throw shade at it.
I
Right?
put Justice
Curse
League
of
under
the
great
Crystal-
so long as it's not the Snyder cut.
The Curse of the Crystal Skull.
Good.
It's
and-
good.
Definitely. I'd go good.
It's
I
good.
like the
It's not
greaser
eh.
fight in the diner.
It's the fourth
The
best
Last
Indiana
Crusade.
Jones movie.
Ooh,
Great.
that's
I'd
good.
say-
Amazing.
Oh,
Is that a
I'd
great?
go terrible
Amazing.
for
Last
Last Crusade.
What?
Last
Numbers.
Crusade is
Joe,
terrible.
if you
I'd go
really
terrible.
Wait,
think it's
don't
terrible,
you hate
I
Temple
don't-
of Doom too?
What?
Oh,
Don't you hate
man.
Temple of Doom too?
Isn't that
All
what we
right.
said? Temple of Doom? Oh
No,
no,
Last
we said Last
Crusade.
Crusade. Oh no, Last Crusade. I'd say amazing.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
Okay, thank
I
you.
was
Yeah,
gonna
That's my
go
favorite
off on
one.
you.
I
was
love
gonna
it.
I was like, are you
that's-
even an
that's
Indiana
my-
Jones fan?
That's
You
my
hate that
favorite
one.
one too. I thought you said Temple of Doom.
Logan, that movie was pretty good.
I think it was
Amazing.
good.
I'd
No,
go
not
amazing
amazing.
with Logan.
Yes,
Great.
it was.
I'd
No.
go great on that.
If it had Sabretooth instead of him fighting a freaking clone, it would have been amazing. But they kind of dropped the ball with that one, didn't
You
they?
look.
the
At,
Lord of
I
the
don't
Rings
like how
movies are
Perp
ass.
Terrible.
puts his opinion over
Lord of the
others.
Rings.
You like really
Ass.
veto stuff. I don't like it.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
like
saying if there's one dissent, it should
Terrible.
for it to hit amazing.
Terrible.
Everyone needs to say amazing. So automatically,
Superman Returns
Oh.
is great.
dude, Man of Steel. Oh
That's
my
not
god,
Superman
Man of
Returns.
Steel.
It's Man of
I
Steel.
will not
Oh.
allow you to
the
have
movie where Superman,
Returns. Oh wait, is that Man of Steel?
yeah,
That's Man of
That's
Steel.
Man
That's
of
the
Steel.
one where
So
Superman
great. That's
willfully
great.
lets his dad die.
I
Go
thought
that
ahead.
is the
it was-
most
I thought it was
and
Brandon
movie
Routh
I've
for a
ever
second.
seen in my
Yeah.
life.
No, that's
I-
great. I'm
it's
sorry.
pure-
You were
it's
right,
pure
Brian.
shit.
That is the
No.
most
Unadulterated
and movie I've
No,
ever seen in my
I
life.
apologize,
It's
Brian. I thought
explosive
that was-
diarrhea of a
I-
superhero.
I-
movie.
No heart.
absolutely
There was
love the
absolutely
movie.
no heart in
There
that
was so
movie.
much
It
heart.
made
There was
Superman
no
Fist
heart.
Quest for Peace
scene-
look
There-
good by comparison.
scene-
Snyder saw Batman Begins as like, oh,
This-
flashbacks.
No,
That's
no,
what I'll do.
no. You had it right the
and
first
I'll
time,
put him
Brian.
in scenes that
That
don't
scene when he
freaking
has to
matter.
kill
Oh,
Zod, he
I
has
know,
to kill
I know
Zod
how
to
I know how
save
Nolan does it. I know how
humans?
Nolan does it. Oh, he'll come out of the water and he'll see
Oh
a
my
school bus and he'll
God.
remember that time
This
he
is
was in a school
making
bus
me
and it crashed.
Be angry.
And that's how we'll
towards
put the
What
speech
was I
in
supposed to
because
do?
he
Let
looked
him
at a
die?
school bus.
Maybe. Oh no.
No,
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
trolling, Anthony. He's not. He's not. He believes that. Oh my god.
It's the most
legit
and
doesn't
movie
like
ever.
it.
I can't.
Matrix
No,
Reloaded,
actually, that
Reloaded.
is a good point. That the
Yeah.
terrible
Matrix
advice
Reloaded
would
is
totally
good.
lead to a Superman letting thousands of
Which-
people
which-
die.
Yes.
Not terrible.
Where are we?
The
I don't
worst
even know where
dad
we are
advice
This isn't
ever given in
Resurrections?
cinema history.
My dear Lord, Brian,
Okay.
you're doing the same thing.
We're not even voting on these. He's just
Matrix
moving stuff
sequels
around.
are good.
No,
Not
my
Resurrection,
God,
the last
really?
one,
No.
the fourth one.
The fourth
they
one
turned
was better
they
than
turned
two
Zion
and
into a
three, but-
rave in the cave.
Yeah, the sequels were pretty horrible.
That was
too.
a sexy rave.
The fourth one was an
That was the
improvement
least
I love the
sexiest
first
thing I've
one.
ever seen in my life.
No,
The
it's
first
not
one was
CJH.
groundbreaking.
And then they
The
intercut the
first-
rave with the sex scene, and I'm looking at like holes in people's backs, and I can't tell if that's Trinity or Neo. It's just like it was all just flesh.
Oh, that sounds great.
That's
Is
true.
that
Sounds
Men in Black
Cronenbergish.
Men in Black, the first one.
I don't even know
Solid
what movie
movie.
we're on.
Good.
This is
I
not
think it's good.
Conan friendship. I'm getting really angry. I don't like other people having control of the tier list. I want to. Ghost Protocol.
I think that's the best Mission Impossible. So I would say great, not amazing. I think
Ghost
it's great.
Protocol.
I think that's the best Mission
Okay.
Impossible one easily.
I think it's one of the best ones, but I think I think Rogue Nation might be my favorite.
Oh. That's more like
Nation.
espionage grounded. I could see why you
I haven't
like that
watched
one.
any of these movies.
Are you a Jason Bourne fan? Crazy
No,
Joe?
not particularly. They're okay. I mean, they're fine. I don't hate them, but
And you don't like Bond, right?
I'm not a Bond fan.
So this is your favorite of spy franchise?
Probably.
say? Yeah.
Good. Poltergeist.
Good.
That's got to be great.
Yeah, great. I'm down for that.
All right.
It's the definitive haunted house movie, I think.
Okay.
All the
Pirates
tricks coming from
movies.
that one. Those are the sequels. I think they're bad, personally.
Dead Man's
The
Chest.
first one's great. Everything else, in my opinion, are bad. In my opinion.
I don't even
supposed to be
particularly
Black
like
Pearl?
the first one, but I hate the sequels.
I don't like the sequels at all.
Yeah. Max? Is Max protesting again?
Yes.
Every time he does that, put
Raiders.
Excellent. It's got to be top tier.
I think it's good.
Gotta be.
I think the problem with the third act is very abundant, which Last Crusade fixed. So I think it's one under. And Temple of Doom fixed, in my opinion.
Ooh, another.
I think everything after the submarine is absolute crap, in my opinion.
I feel like we're being dishonest if we give Roger Rabbit anything less than amazing. That was a ground.
I agree.
No, that was.
I'm not even going to.
It's also
put
there's
Last
nothing
Jedi
like
in
it.
terrible.
Nothing competes.
And I know Joe and Brian love Last Jedi. I'm not even going to do that.
The first Scream movie.
I'd say amazing.
Yeah, I would say amazing too. I'd be cool with great because I don't know if it's up there with Jaws, but
it was
great.
A cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, it was. It was very
movies
cleverly written. Yeah,
popular.
Everything was top tier in that movie.
Shrek
2 is terrible. I hate
It's good.
Shrek
It's
2.
good. It's
I
good.
hated it. I'm down for
not. I have no strong feelings about the Shrek franchise, but Shrek 2 does
wasn't-
have my favorite line in either Shrek movie.
Mhm.
When they tell Pinocchio to tell a lie and they go, "Say you're wearing women's underwear," and his nose doesn't grow, and he goes, "It's a thong."
I'm
See,
still
you had the
wrong.
joke. The joke was great until he said, "It's a thong." See, it would have been great if there was just silence.
Shrek. That's okay. First
Shrek was fine. I'm fine.
Skyfall. It's
I think that's
my
great.
favorite
Yeah,
movie.
I think
Great.
that's
I would good or great.
The Daniel
yeah.
Craig.
I think that's
era.
above
Amazing.
Casino Royale in my opinion.
I got to rewatch.
Sound of
I haven't
Music.
seen in years.
One of the
Personally,
greatest
I have
musicals.
no strong feelings for it, but I think that's got to go with amazing just because of how beloved it is by like the world.
You're not wrong.
I don't give a shit. Bad that shit.
Skyfall. You mean
Let
Sound
the
of Music,
sky
right?
fall, let it crumble. Or the
The
Sound of
hills
Music.
are
you talking
alive
about
with
Sound
the
of Music?
sound of.
I love the
I
Sound
don't
of
feel
Music.
like I'm.
So-
part
Aren't they all
of the-
Nazis or something?
Nazis? Don't say the word.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the Nazis are the bad guys.
the Von Trump family. Yeah, they were trying
Aren't
to get
they?
away
Yeah,
from
Von Trump. I'm not buying that name.
the original Space Jam.
I personally
Terrible.
think it's terrible, but that's fine.
Terrible.
I know people like
works
it.
for
Really
me.
terrible.
It's really bad.
Spider-Man
It's not.
2
Bill Murray's the only
is
thing
a-
that's
Oh.
even closely funny.
Is Andrew
Thank you.
Casale here?
I think
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2 is
2.
amazing.
Yeah, it deserves at least a good or above.
Amazing.
I'd say anything less than great is
Yeah. All right, great's good. Great's good.
Amazing.
Spider-Man 3 was
unless if
awful.
Andrew Casale is
And
there, in which case I will say that they're all trash.
We'll go with
Good. It's good. It's good.
No, in the first Spider-Man, I'm super hot take, but I
Spider-Man
think
was
that's
good.
the
I
worst
love that
one. I think that's the worst one.
Really?
Spider-Man 3 looks a lot better now after we've seen Amazing Spider-Man 2.
They
though.
won't listen to me on my own stream. They won't listen to me. Okay.
What do you want?
Empire
Oh my
Strikes
God!
Back.
I am going to rage when you get to the prequels. I'm so gonna be so angry because
Wait,
I
Amazing.
am more reasonable than all three
You're
of you.
ignoring Max.
I am more reasonable than all three of you. I'm not
No, you're
going to
not.
say to put Last Jedi in
No, you're
terrible,
not.
but you are going to do that to my prequels, and I'm going to get
What
really
What do you mean your
pissed.
prequels?
Yes.
We haven't got there yet.
We haven't
I
got there
know
yet.
you-
Empire
Dude,
Strikes
you
Back.
got BVS and
I
good.
know
You are
three.
so lucky you got BVS and good. That movie
You're
was
so
straight
lucky.
up trash. It's not even the ultimate edition.
I
bro.
know you three, and you're not going to let me have the prequels anywhere where they deserve to be.
Okay,
Return of the Jedi is straight up good. Don't even
All
put
right,
that.
all
great.
right.
It's great.
No,
It's
good.
great.
I would say great for Return of the Jedi, but here's my vote. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that because he's very upset about Batman v Superman, let's just let Max place the prequels and not fight him on it. Wherever,
All right, go
let's
ahead.
let him put wherever he
Only
wants.
if BVS goes one down to Ant.
Episode 1.
You
But
can
Last
trade
Jedi gets
prequels for.
amazing.
Episode 1
You can get all 3 prequels
is
if you
great.
put the BVS down 1.
Is great. It brought back Star Wars. It had good special effects. It had some really interesting
Oh
things.
my
There was
God,
the pod
no.
race. It had the duel of the fates of Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
All right.
He had to
Yeah,
run
that was
up.
cool.
He had to run up with the some of the most new John Williams score out of any of them the movies, because some of the other movies he did parts of old music. This is the most new music.
I liked Battle of the
The
Heroes.
pod
better,
race was
but I can get
freaking
it.
amazing.
And that's it. And that's why it should
No,
be good.
and Duel of
At
the Fates
least
was great. And it
Yeah.
introduced Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and a young Obi-Wan.
they just
And that's
chilled.
a recast that worked.
And they were bored. They were boring.
They were not boring.
They were
The
boring.
only
right.
thing I will give you is the aliens that sound like
Asian
different
stereotypes.
cities. And
Why are you giving that to me?
You know, I
what
like
do you mean?
cartoons.
That's the
You know,
only thing
I
you'll
like-
give me. I don't want that.
I'm gonna give it to you if you want.
Why? I don't want that. No.
Yeah.
The pod
Jar
race, we
Jar
just
Binks
talked about
is
that.
hilarious,
No,
but people can't stand him, and that's why I kind of think he's hilarious.
I like Watto.
Lisa, and I put it in great.
I like to think
And
Watto's in witness protection.
It's all right. All right. So we have
That
episode
he
2.
could trade the huts or something.
It's not a horrible movie, I guess.
Dude, Phantom
There's a
Menace.
lot
I
of
can't
great
believe
stuff in
Phantom
there.
Menace beat Fallout.
I hate
The Phantom
Sand.
Menace. The Phantom Menace is the Star Wars movie I saw most in the theaters.
That explains this.
For me, that would be Last Jedi.
Okay.
All right. So we got episode 2.
Attack of the Clones is good. It should
Okay.
be great because there's that Yoda scene, but there's some other stuff that you could really tell the blue screen
Dude,
or the
take
green
that-
screen in
oh my
certain
God,
scenes.
Phantom
But
Menace.
the
Oh my
Yoda scene was freaking epic. When he took out the lightsaber and was jumping around against Dooku.
No, that's true. That was good. Dooku.
That scene alone, it deserves to be great, but because of the other factors, I'll let go. Now,
I hate Sand.
I
of
think
course.
we all ended up really
Revenge-
liking Anakin.
Oh! The other thing that's really great in Attack of the Clones that's really eerie is the Sand People scene with his mother. Oh my!
Take Phantom Menace
God.
down, please, Brian. Please.
No.
You can't put that up there.
We
It was
made
great.
a deal. We made
Revenge
a deal.
of the Sith is amazing.
Yes. I agree.
Amazing.
It's the best.
This list got
That scene
completely
with-
tainted.
that
I'm
scene-
redoing this list on
that
my
scene-
channel tomorrow.
good.
Okay?
That scene with
This is absolutely
Palpatine and
ridiculous.
Anakin at that theater.
With the Darth Plagueis.
I'm a
Oh my
cinema
God,
major.
Where the sound design just went. Oh my God, that was great.
All right.
I went to film school. I can't be seen with this list.
The Force Awakens.
I'd say great.
Force Awakens, I
agree.
would say great. I would almost
eh,
say an amazing.
I
would almost
put
say
it in good.
amazing.
I said put it in good.
Okay, he said so we put it in good.
Yeah.
But it's a high
Thank
good.
you.
It's a high good.
Man,
That was
Uh,
great. That made the most money of any Star Wars movie
that's
ever.
not an argument for
It
me.
introduced new
Amazing.
characters.
How much money is the creator making?
The Last Jedi.
Amazing.
I would only
Amazing.
say take it down from amazing to great
Amazing.
because there's great stuff in there.
Amazing.
I just think it overall doesn't work for me.
Max can see it.
Did you just put? Oh my god! All right, I don't care anymore. So put it
Amazing.
wherever.
I care. I'm fighting for. I said he could have the prequels. I'm fighting for Last
that's
Jedi.
I don't
Sure.
even care if you put in amazing. There's amazing things in there.
It
that-
is an amazing
whole,
movie.
The whole scene with Luke and he doesn't make a footprint on the salt planet crate is amazing.
Sure.
And the force
Yeah.
projection, that whole stuff is great.
Well,
it's just
and the Leia stuff.
the only
where-
issue I have, the biggest issue I have is that a master Jedi should not give in to fear. The first thing you learn from your master. That's an experienced master that went up, threw his lightsaber away, went up to the Emperor and his father in Return of the Jedi with nothing in his hands, with all his friends out there, but all of a sudden his nephew is probably going to give in to the dark side, and he wants to kill him in a tent. It doesn't make sense to me. So
Okay.
No, I get it.
BVS made sense to you.
Yes, it made a lot of more sense. than
The
anything.
Okay.
Rise of Skywalker.
I'd go
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
although I think it's
and
better than any of the prequels.
Amazing
And-
for Star Wars: A New Hope.
A New
I,
Hope.
I think that's
yes.
amazing.
Amazing. That's my
Alright.
favorite
Change,
Star Wars
change.
movie.
Me too. Change the game. Pacing is
I get
on point.
annoyed when everyone says Empire.
In many ways, I feel this was the birth of the '80s.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Okay.
The editing was so on point.
Suicide Squad.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
Is it
cut
with
they
or
were-
without
Terrible.
the
The
What are
first
we,
half
some-
was amazing.
This is Katana. She's got my
Yeah.
back.
But I'm not gonna
This is
fight
without
for this.
the-
I don't care what you do with it. I think it's
Love your
good.
perfume. What is it? The stench of death.
All right.
This
we'll go
man
with
could climb anything.
It was like
Yeah.
insert pop song.
I think it was terrible. The
Um,
fact that we're in is already like, oh, all right, whatever. Are we
Well, I'm gonna
getting
get-
something for this, Brian? Are we
No.
getting something for this? Are we trading?
No.
We
Only
trading? We
headache.
put that there. We get something somewhere else.
Let's see here. Temple of Doom.
I say terrible, but do with it what you're going to.
I think that's my favorite one, but I'm down for.
I'm
I see it as good objective. Yeah,
I'll put it in good.
objectively,
To be
I
fair.
can see it as good.
The last good Terminator movie, Terminator 2.
I think it's just good
The
personally.
last
I
good
think that's the
Terminator
most
movie was
overrated James
Terminator
Cameron movie.
3.
Overrated panelists, get it up to amazing. What the hell are you talking
No,
about?
I think that's the most overrated James Cameron movie.
No.
Besides-
No.
No, you're right. Avatar. You're right. But I'm not the biggest fan of this one.
I swear to God, man.
It's got a lot
It
of
had-
plot
I
holes.
swear to God, you say
It had
Terminator
Terminator
one
YouTube
2
line.
is overrated, and so is James Cameron. And then you.
I
prop
never
up-
said he's overrated. I think James Cameron is daddy of all cinema.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Terminator
Then
lie.
you
I'm
prop
not
up
gonna lie.
Michael
Though.
Bay.
The
Yeah,
first
well,
one.
that's
Thank
Terminator
goodness
1
no
and
Bay-
Terminator 3 are both better than 2.
he's the weird uncle of cinema.
Terminator 2, I will not stand if it's not.
Terminator 1 is amazing. It's a
It's in-
perfect
it's in
horror
great.
film
That's where it's
action.
staying.
Yeah.
Terminator
2
1
is amazing.
No, Terminator 1's better.
Joe,
One's a lot better.
I
Terminator
like
1's a
Terminator
lot
1 a
better.
lot too.
Way
but
better.
Terminator 2
Way
was-
better pacing. It's
was
like
like-
Star Wars. It's
that
like the
was also-
pacing is 10 times better.
uh,
It's way more efficient. Doesn't
for
waste your
special
time.
effects with
Hmm?
with the liquid metal.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, I saw that in the Abyss. Okay, get out of here.
Dennis Muren, man, Mr. Star Wars. But no, I could go with that.
I
It's a
agree.
great
Figure
film.
drawing. It was
Terminator-
groundbreaking.
The Terminator was amazing.
Yeah, I
first
like
one.
Terminator 1 and 3 both a lot better.
We had
than 2.
Linda
It's got
Oh
Hamilton.
my
so many
God,
plot
I like
holes.
3 as well, but saying it's better than 2.
It fixes 2's plot holes. 2 doesn't work without 3.
Let's see here. The Conjuring.
tired
I've never
to fight.
seen it.
I would say great. I love The Conjuring, and I have a very personal connection to that movie because I had a very long interview with one of the real people who lived through it, since it's a true story.
I just put
Oh,
my
nice.
my hand on my forehead. And now my forehead smells like gas. God damn it!
Smells like ass. What?
No gas.
Stop spanking it.
Not ass.
Oh,
Anyways,
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
I'm so
Amazing.
Man, you
I'm
smell
so
like
conflicted
ass.
on The Dark Knight.
I think it's amazing.
It's
I think
amazing.
I think it's
I think
okay.
it changed the game.
I do
Okay.
good.
Then do
Great.
great.
I'm getting
In
it.
between amazing and good.
Hmm.
The Exorcist. We're almost there, Max.
I think that's
one of the best
I think that's
horror
great.
films of all time.
I
think it's great.
it's too creepy for me, but I'm not gonna. That's
I just
one, I
rewatched
don't
it.
like possession and mental illness type stuff.
I
Personally.
just rewatched it because it just came out on 4K. I agree with great. It's very influential, but I don't think it's aged well.
True.
I
true.
think it's a better. There's a lot of really good moments, but one of the things that really works about it is just a really good drama. I think there's a lot of really good acting and stuff in there. That
It's because my family. I've seen some family
Almost like
members
the
that were
original
out of their
A24.
mind that almost seemed like they were possessed, and it creeped me out as a child.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, that would do it. The Lion King. It's good.
I'm not dumping on it. I just I'm not dumping on T2. I just really prefer the first one. I think the first
Got
one
a
is
lot
way
of
more
plot
efficient.
holes.
Way
Oh.
better. I just love it. I love the pacing of it. I love the action. Is way more intense. The
Brendan
second one
Fraser-
really slows down a lot, man. There's a lot of like slowing down to explain stuff, a lot of sitting around explaining stuff. It's like when they're explaining stuff in the first one, it's during a freaking car chase,
Okay, so The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
The first one,
I'd say
first
it's not
one.
amazing,
I'd say-
but it's great. Great
I'd
fun.
say great, at least good. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The
It's
sequels
like a
are terrible,
perfect
but
popcorn movie.
Fair enough.
The
We'll
sequels
put it
are
up in
horrible.
the high goods.
God,
Well, the
Mummy
second one with
Returns
the
is so bad.
CG, The Rock,
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
That was also a moment.
I'd
I
say
think
great.
almost amazing.
Yeah,
Probably
I think
great.
that was a
Yeah.
phenomenal theater experience for me because it
Yeah.
was one of the few
I
theater
See Dead
experiences where it
People
was like
one of the most
it was so
quotable
full.
things
My
since I'm
theater
Your
was
Father.
my theater was crowded and it was silent. It was silent the whole time. People like you could
Oh,
hear
wow.
a pin drop. Like it was crazy. People were so engrossed in this movie. It was awesome.
Damn. Titanic.
I don't think
I
it's
think it's
amazing, even though it's
overrated.
good.
Never saw it.
I say
Yeah.
it's great or good.
Yeah, great or good sounds about right.
I'll go with good. Toy Story 2.
Man, I think that one's great.
great.
I think in many
That's
ways it's
great.
better than the first one.
I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. I think it's the best one.
It's a
2
really
and
fun
4
one.
Because
are
they
my-
also did a big leap in special effects from the first to
Yeah.
the second.
All right,
2 and
3.
4 are my favorite Toy Story
I'll
movies.
say it's good. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
The first Toy Story, we'll put it in like a mid good. Transformers.
I'd
Amazing.
say
Michael Bay.
terrible.
Amazing.
I'd
The
say
first, I
terrible.
just started rewatching the first one. Perp is extremely jealous on my VHS tape of it.
I am. Pan and scan.
And the Shia LaBeouf and his parents comedy
Yeah.
along with Bernie Mac, and then when John Turturro gets it, and the
that's
storyline
true.
with the soldiers, it's freaking amazing.
It's good.
It
I
is
think
so good. It's
pretty
just
good.
like in the sequels, they just like didn't care about being a tight.
I
movie.
think I'm trying to be as strict as possible. I think that's fine there with Pirates of the Caribbean and
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. It's good.
I personally hated it and then thought
Yeah.
the sequels were worse.
Based. Did you ever get to Last Night?
I didn't get that
Last
far.
Night was rough.
I watched. Actually, I didn't even make it to 3.
I
I
loved
watched
it.
1 and 2, and after 2, I said I'm out. I'll come back when Michael Bay's gone, and then I did. I came back with Bumblebee.
Oh.
All right. So we'll
back-
get this
bring
finished
back
up
the
real quick
Bayverse.
because I got to get going.
All right.
Twilight, I have not watched.
I think-
I watched it with my
I think
wife.
it's good.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
I get it.
It's not great.
get
it's
it.
not amazing.
I think it's the best one out of all of them. The other ones were trash, but the first one I
It,
get
feel-
it. I
it
get
feels
it.
like a made-for-TV movie. Like it's not as bad as people want to hate on it, but it's not really good either. It's just
I think the
kinda like-
cinematography is way above TV movie. I think maybe the actors, but like especially in the other ones, like the cinematography dipped. This one had like some sense of style, had a tone. I kind of dug it from various
these are the
reasons,
wrong
you know.
X-Men movies.
Whereas like, okay, I get it.
This one, there's no debate. That movie was god awful.
Which one is it?
Apocalypse.
X-Men Apocalypse.
No.
Oh, I
No,
put
that
that
was
one.
amazing.
Great. That's one of my favorites.
What?
Yes,
That is
Joe.
absolutely
Yes.
one of my favorites.
Oh my
Yes, it's not a
Lord.
Magneto-focused story.
It's
not
got
a
my
great film.
favorite scene in any of the X-Men movies. The
Really?
Nightcrawler emo hair.
Eurythmic scene.
Oh
Sweet
yeah.
dreams.
Sweet
Oh,
Dreams.
yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, that scene was
Quicksilver?
so good.
Yes, there's some really great stuff in there, including Oscar
Yes.
Isaac as Apocalypse.
All right, we'll
The
put it
beginning
as,
with the Egyptian
right next to
mutants?
Man of Steel. See,
Yeah.
I thought
It's a much
Apocalypse was
better
bad.
Yeah,
movie.
if you put those movies together, then it's a little bit of a wink. Like, yeah, they're good.
I thought
yeah.
Days of Future's Past was better. But,
Days of
Oh,
Future
it
Past
was
is
way
I will
better.
not settle for
It
anything
was.
less
Way
than
better.
amazing. It's the best X-Men
Yeah,
movie ever made.
Days of Future Past is the best X-Men movie.
Because
no question
it
about
does
it.
what Marvel's trying to do. It
You guys liked it more than X2,
combines
really?
It combines the old
Yeah, I
X-Men
love
and the new
X2.
X-Men in a perfect way. And the Rogue cut is really good too.
Yeah, Days of
Rogue
Future
Rogue
Past,
Cut does
X-Men
good by
2,
Rogue.
and Apocalypse are my 3 favorite X-Men movies. I
Last
love
Jedi's
those
an
two.
amazing. Oh my Lord.
I liked First Class. That one was all right.
Yeah, First
Class
Class
was
was great.
was good.
I love
That
the
was good.
style.
Great.
The 60s worked. They used practicals for that guy Firefly, right? The kid that was that his name?
Save
kid that
this or
flew.
download it for Perp because he loves this list.
He's already like, I'm gonna redo this on my channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo
All right.
the shit out of this list. Oh my god.
This has been fun. I'm gonna dip out, guys. I'm sorry.
Sound of music.
I want to
But
hear
yeah,
about
no,
Chris
it's
Gore.
pretty legit.
Secondhand embarrassment.
You don't have to feel embarrassment for me. I have no embarrassment whatsoever.
do it
That's
for me.
what
I have
some
enough credit
family
for it,
members said of my interviewing people on the streets. They said they felt secondhand
Really?
embarrassment for me.
Oh, good lord.
That's
Who
the
did
thing.
that?
Secondhand embarrassment isn't
Who
a
did that?
thing. You
I'm
can't
not
be
saying-
embarrassed for someone.
did
Well,
that?
If someone's
Perp was also saying it was a bad idea.
I
I
was being
am trying-
performative and too hard, and I apologize.
I am trying everything to do good entertainment,
Mhm.
next level entertainment. I'm trying all kinds of new things, and then everyone's giving me crap.
I'm sorry, Max. You're right.
Yeah.
I was too hard on you.
Because
It
the
wa-
next thing
and I was
the next
ended up
thing
being
I'm
wrong
gonna
because it was
do
a fun segment.
is there's a theater that's opening up in my neighborhood that's a historical theater that they've struggled all the time. And I
Mhm.
want to go interview people. I think it opens up again this week. It's been like a year. Someone new owners got there, and I want to talk to them what their plans are to make it different. Like, how is this going to be different from the other times this theater's been open? What's your plans? And then go support it when I can. Even though I'm on A list, I'd have to pay extra money just to see a movie there.
Yeah.
But if they're showing a new movie there, I might have to support it.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to people in the neighborhood how they feel about it. I'm like, oh, well, how many times since you've lived in this area? How many times has this opened and closed? And are you happy it's back? But even if you're happy it's back, does that mean you're going to go to the movies there? Because everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm glad it's back. I'm like, well, okay, are you going to go support it? Because that's what it's going to take. And then I'm hoping the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which usually is played there, I'm going to go during that event.
Yeah.
I've never
that's
seen the
fun.
Rocky Horror Picture Show in a theater with people, playing along with the movie. Never seen it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Well, I'm gonna head out, guys. It's always fun trying to piss off Max with tier lists.
Can we
Right.
change your name to Frankenperp?
Yeah, okay, I'll do that next time. Remind me. All right.
Do you have any more monsters? Can you come in like as the
Yeah, I'm
mummy
gonna do
or
Wolfman
werewolf
next
or-
time. Wolfman.
Do you got Gilman?
I'll check. I got tons of shit.
Are you able to also change the background too? Not that I hate-
Probably.
Not that I hate
Probably.
the background, but I would like some experimentation.
I like
I
the
just
idea
love the
that
idea that I'm in the
Frankenstein's
woods.
just hanging out in the woods.
Yeah, I'm just in
somewhere.
the woods the whole time. I
know,
that
but
too.
I would
We'll figure it out. For October, there's no no's. Anything's on the table, so we'll see. All right, later, guys.
All right, later.
Good
Well, I'm
night.
not going to end 3 minutes before 2 hours.
Well,
I
I want
am.
to hear about Chris Gore. I'm
too tired. I was all
I
fired
want
up.
to see the thumbnail, man. You tease me with the thumbnail.
All right. Well, should we do Ben
I met
Shapiro
Chris
first?
Gore once. I don't know much about Ben Shapiro. I don't know. I mean,
Well, he's the Daily Wire, and then
yeah, I know who he is,
No,
but I
no.
don't really follow him. I don't know much about. Chris Gore is a guy I used to respect. I used to have a
Used
lot
to.
of respect for Chris Gore.
I
Back in
watched
the
him on
'90s, Film Threat. Yeah. He's a guy who really went off the rails.
Would you say he sold out?
I don't know.
Because
I
he-
think he's
because
he trolled out. I don't know if I'd say sold out, but he trolled out.
because he's do you think he's being authentically upset, like critical and constructive criticism, or do you think he's going towards a narrative that gets easy views?
Well, he's definitely gone with the everyone is woke, women suck, gay people suck. He's
Well,
definitely
he doesn't
gone
say
down
that.
road.
No, that's not fair. He doesn't say that.
I've heard him say that. I
No,
mean,
no, he just
he complained that there were gay characters on Willow. Like I saw him complaining that there were gay characters on Willow.
Well, you're going to get this demonetized if you keep saying that, because they're going to think we're being critical of those people. We're not.
It's pretty hard to get demonetized.
No, it's not.
I've
panel's
never
been
been
consistent-
demonetized.
This
I've been
not
demonetized.
the whole channel, the live stream, the live stream. It'll go to limited ads. Okay, so my point of view on Chris Gore, my honest opinion is, I think he's an intelligent person. I don't think he's being authentic with his criticisms. I think he's being overly critical for profits, because he is not. He's tried to be a creative. I think he's got a big chip on his shoulder, like a lot of people in the anti-SJW community, like Ben Shapiro, that was also a screenwriter, that couldn't hack it in the industry. And so they're just over those that can't do grift. And that's my personal opinion. Now, I have no way to prove it, because everyone's going to say, are you questioning my opinion? Yes. My honest opinion of Chris Gore is he's a very intelligent person, but he saw where the trends were going, and he's riding a trend with the anti-SJW stuff. And he did make a movie in the past, and we can react to that. We're not reacting to the movie. I actually want to buy it. My big fat independent movie. It got trashed on Rotten Tomatoes, and he had one of his own people in the. I'm not sure if he did it himself, but he had one of his. There's proof of this too. I researched it before. He had one of his own people that worked on the production review on Rotten Tomatoes. Review its own movie. So, you know how he would have be first to call out shills in having conflict of interest with other critics. So I still wish him the best. I wish and I don't think he does not like certain people like Joe suggested, but I do think he goes towards narrative like of joking or pointing out when there are certain representation in movies for grifting funds, you know. But here's the quick video. I still want to rent. I want to rent this movie, Joe, and then once I rent it, I'll send it to you too, so we can review it together, if that's all right.
I actually rented one of his movies.
Chris Gore,
and I didn't know he had made it, and I was very, very upset.
Well, I don't. He's not made many. He's not made many. What other movies did he make?
What was I think he made some kind of documentary recently that I didn't know.
The show. Yes.
Yes, and I rented it because I liked Attack of the Show, unaware that Chris Gore was the
very
director.
agenda driven.
Yeah, and then I
very
watched
agenda
it,
driven
and
to
I was,
say everything.
Yes, I was very angry that I gave Chris Gore my money for that.
It's sort of like, you know how they say, oh, these Hollywood writers haven't hit it. That's why I didn't watch it, because I like.
If I had known ahead of time that he was the one who made the documentary, I wouldn't have watched it.
Because it's got like a hidden agenda there to say, because the spoiler warning for anyone that didn't watch it, it really promotes like things like Nerdrotic and stuff like, oh, these are the next Attack of the Show.
It made me sick. It made me sick to my stomach watching him.
And it's not
all of their D's in that movie.
Yeah, it's not a good equivalent. Like I do not think that the Nerdrotics of this world and the Geeks and Gamers are the new G4s. I don't. I think they are something else.
No, well,
I think people on G4 were having fun acting in skits and stuff, but I think they were more authentic than these people.
The people on G4 were actual fans, whereas the Geeks and Gamers and the Nerdrotics are, as Dane over on Actual Fandom calls them, anti-fans. They're not really fans. They're there to hate on things for money. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hear him talk about his. To be fair, in this video, he is even critical of his own film, but that's my opinion of him. Is he can't really hack at being a creative himself, so he's overly critical and grifts, and I think he's kind of in my opinion, is kind of a sellout right now.
Yeah, I have no respect for him anymore.
And he goes overboard to criticize creatives. I want to do constructive criticism. Now, to be fair, some people think I'm overboard on James Gunn or Kathy Kennedy. To be fair. So I have to be fair there. All right, let's watch this. I'm sure this is why I like Zeno. I'm sure the 13 people watching here will make Chris Gore think about what he's doing. This is why I like Zeno's comments.
Well, I'm just gonna say I ran into Chris Gore at Dragon Con one year, and I went up to him and shook his hand and said I was a fan, and that was before he went down this road. But if I run into him at Dragon Con again, I'd be happy to make him think about what he's doing in a dark alley.
No, I agree. Degrassi, I agree. There's another side of the coin. I don't, overly critical of people on the other side. I don't want to be that way. I want to be more nuanced. I did not see what he said about Indy 5.
I bet he didn't like it because that's the play line for those guys.
I feel like he tries to not like things. I don't think there's a lot of authenticity there. I actually do watch. I'll be real. I do watch some of his reviews of Ahsoka for not because I think they're genuine, for entertainment value, because I feel the entertainment I get is him trying to go overboard to find things wrong with it, and I don't think he's being authentic. Now there are things to criticize about Ahsoka, but he acts like it's the worst thing ever.
Here's the great mystery to me,
Yeah.
and I truly don't understand this. John Campea on his show always is going after the geeks and gamers and nerdrotics. He'll never name them by name, but he always calls them those basement dwelling cousin humpers, but you know who he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he goes after them, and he goes after them hard. He has no tolerance, no respect for those guys. But he'll have Chris Gore on as a guest, and Chris Gore's on with those guys all the time.
Well, the thing is, Joe, when he had him on, he wasn't as entrenched in them as he is now.
He's had him on in the past year.
Yeah, but only the last 8 months, 6 months is Chris Gore going full blown over there. He only started appearing, and that's also when John kind of distanced himself from Robert Meyer Burnett, to be honest, around the same time.
The whole Robert Meyer Burnett Campea dynamic is weird because
I don't want to allude to anything I don't know, but I do know he was hanging out with them more, and I do know
that on the streams Campea will go after those guys hard.
Yeah,
and
then
Rob will be sitting right there, and then they'll cut to Rob, and he'll just he won't say a word.
Right.
He won't defend those guys. He won't condemn them. He just is silent while John goes off on them. And John has to know he's friends.
That's like my biggest criticism of even Robert Meyer Burnett is he has something to say about most everything and everyone except those people. Except when it's like a slight defense.
I mean, he finally spoke out against Doomcock, but it took Doomcock going after him to get there. Like he defended Doomcock tooth and nail until Doomcock went after him.
But that's what's weird about Robert Meyer Burnett. He's not afraid to criticize others, but he will just not say anything about them, because I do think they're the most fragile on the internet. The anti-SJWs, they're extremely fragile. Okay, so let's hear what he has to say here.
I'm gonna need this. Okay, I'm gonna need this.
Okay, I don't want
to. I co-wrote and produced this film called My Big Fat Independent Movie.
Now, to be fair, I thought the trailer was kind of funny for the spoof movies, but it's not great. It's not like a good movie. There might be some fun you can have with it. And to his own, he admits here it's just D and fart jokes that he wrote. So is someone make something so bad that they don't have the right to criticize anything else? No, but I just want to point this out that he doesn't know how to make quality himself, in my opinion. Until I review it, I won't know for 100% sure. And then he goes out of his way to say everything's bad. And then this is the game plan that they do. The anti-SJWs and the people like Chris Gore, they find one or two instances where they praise something to point at that. Well, what about when I like that one movie?
Well, I always say they need to have a champion to counteract their whatever they're trashing. A perfect example is, and don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. I like it. I own it on Blu-ray. It's a good movie. But when Captain Marvel came out, they were overpraising Alita Battle Angel because it was hey, we don't hate women. We like this movie that's got a woman. And with Star Trek, it was the Orville. Hey, Star Trek sucks, but the Orville's great. They always have to have the thing that's like their counterpoint where it's like, we hate this, but here's the thing we like. And it's always got to be something just a little bit similar. And like over on the actual fandom channel, he pointed out how they were trashing House of the Dragon for a long time. And then they realized
I'm not hate watching him. I said I watched some of his videos for entertainment value, my own personal entertainment. I watched the ads on Chris Gore's videos for Film Threat for him and his friend going overboard on Ahsoka just to see what they have to say. And I don't think they're being 100% genuine. I don't. I think they're going out of their way. He has every right to make his money. The environment is rich for people like Chris Gore to make money.
But Dane was pointing out how they all were hating on House of the Dragon until they realized it was popular and they could use that as their counterpoint to
they ride
Lord
the
of the
trends.
Rings.
Yes,
And then they were like, Lord of the Rings sucks, but House of Dragon, but they were hating on that at first too. And then suddenly they shifted it and was like, oh no, this could be our counterpoint to Lord of the Rings, because they always have to have that.
All right, well, let's watch this.
Directed by Phil Zlotarinsky. It's basically a spoof parody film of independent films. Basically, it's combines like sort of classic indie films like Clerks, Swingers, Memento, Amelie, among others, sort of combines them into one story, like the spoof comedies. One thing I just didn't realize when I was making this is that the audience that really loves these movies does not like toilet humor.
So that's what he creates. Toilet humor and fart jokes.
I mean, that kind of humor does have its place.
No, I'm not against that. I'm just saying this is the guy that wants to, whether you think it's authentic or not, I don't think it's authentic personally. And I would talk to him. Anytime. Not that he wants to talk to me. It will only benefit me if he talks to me. But I would also be like my old school self, and I would like to talk to these people. I'm like, man, I used to like, to be fair, he was a little bit overly critical on Attack of the Show too. It's just now he goes even that next level to get attention, I think, in my opinion. And unfortunately, even without the anti-SJW angle, Joe, that's how you make a name for yourself on YouTube. Can you name any YouTube critics that get good views that are mostly positive on things, even without the anti-SJW stance?
I think there's a few.
Like
I mean, I don't. Well, I don't. That's the thing. I don't pay attention to views, so I couldn't tell you what people's numbers are. But Campia does really well. I mean, he's not known for reviews, but he does do those.
I think he does more. Reviews. I think he gets more. I think he only makes his money from live streams, clip outs, and super chats, memberships. But there's like relevant reviewers that
isn't that guy.
They actually get money based on the reviews, like Jeremy Johns.
I don't really. I'd say I don't really watch Jeremy Johns, but he's not like a super negative guy, is he? I don't think he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't watch him.
He skews a little negative. Like you can only enjoy this with goggles, goggle eyes, like drinking. But I don't have anything personally against Jeremy Johns. I think he does too many jump cuts. I used to call him Jeremy Jump Cuts, and then my friend told me, who she was in the chat, that that he actually does that because he has ADD and to help him get the video, and I felt bad then.
Have you ever seen? I don't know her real name. The channel's called Mama's Geeky.
Yeah, she's
very positive.
Well, CJH, there's so many people in the entertainment industry that did that back in the day. I'm not saying I approve of that. I'm not going to cancel the man for that, though. If you're going to call him out for that, when he has no other context of being anything towards, there's so many people, unfortunately, that this might be funny back in the day. Sarah Silverman, Jimmy Kimmel, all kinds of people did that.
And I'm not defending it. I'm not saying it's okay, but people, what people accepted as humor has definitely changed.
Oh yeah, people would laugh at that.
Like there was an episode of Gimme a Break where Joey Lawrence put on blackface, and the point of the episode was that was wrong and that he shouldn't have done that.
And then it's still stupid. Yeah,
right. But it's like there were things that you could do 20 years ago that you just can't do now.
You value your own too much, Zeno. And look what Zeno says. But here, He says he knows to stay away from crazy. Thank you, Zeno. I appreciate your support. That's why I like Zeno. Like, he gives everyone complete criticism all the time.
I gotta say, Degrassi is right.
I am.
I mean, well, here's the thing. I do movie reviews and stuff.
I'm trying to.
But you know what? There's no real movie critics like Roger and Gene anymore, or like Pauline Kael, or like the old guard.
Degrassi, you think it's all a gimmick? Even me? Did you watch my reviews? Joe gives a good review.
Wait, he didn't say it was a gimmick, did he?
He says no one on YouTube's actually a critic.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to be. I'm trying to give honest reviews.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll tell you what I like. That's the thing. I'll tell you what I like, and I'll tell you what I don't like. But I'll also never tell you don't see something. Well, that's actually not true. But
I will tell people it's not worth to run out to the theater.
Well, I mean, I'll goof
not
around.
that I want to hurt box office at all, but I'm like, for the Meg 2, I was like, ugh.
See, like I'll goof around. Like on Twitter the other day, there was an article that said like how to watch The Nun 2 at home, and I like tweeted out the screenshot and said, "Don't watch it at home. Don't watch it in a theater. Don't watch it on a boat. Don't watch it with a goat. Don't watch it here or there. Don't watch it anywhere." But the truth is, if you want to see The Nun 2, go see The Nun 2.
I am actually gonna buy it. Will you do a joint review with me if you don't have to buy it? If I send it to you to review
The Nun 2?
No, my big fat independent movie.
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
I got to send you something else with it, too. You've got me some VHS tips. All right, let's see what else he has to say here.
Fart jokes. So, at the end of the day, while I think that there's some valid jokes in this, there's actually there's some funny stuff. I give myself like maybe a C+, C- on the making of this film. It's a movie I did when I actually just started at G4 and Attack of the Show. This film was kind of, it hit the festival circuit and was about to come out on DVD. And little did I know that my then career at Attack of the Show would take off. And
okay, so he kind of suggests here that his first plan was to be a writer at least, for movies in the industry. When you look at his, in my opinion, over criticizing the whole industry, please keep that in mind. That was his first plan, was to be a creative himself. And then he took off on Attack of the Show. I want to go back and watch his reviews on Attack of the Show to see if he overdid it then too. Maybe I have rose tinted glasses on.
I'm sorry about my short attention span, but Degrassi's got me wanting to talk about this amazing episode of Different Strokes where Mr. Carlson was the bike man.
Let me see what Shreya is saying. I like hearing the peanut gallery reviews of films. It's better than just hearing people in real life only see something as good or bad without any discourse. I could agree with that.
Wait. Hang on a second. Hang on. Degrassi says you can never get away with Blair's cousin Jerry today. I'm not sure what that means. Blair's cousin Jerry was disabled. She had what was it? Not Parkinson's. Geez, I just was watching an interview with that actress, Jerry Jewell, not too long ago, and I'm forgetting her condition. But I don't see why you couldn't do an episode with a disabled person today. If anything, I think it would be more. There you go, multiple sclerosis. Thank you. I think that you could definitely do that. I mean, it was celebrating diversity. It was spotlighting someone who wouldn't otherwise get spotlighted. I don't see why you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Or I want to clip this out, Joe, so we got to stay on track.
I wouldn't have any need to make another sequel to this. But if you can find this, first of all, I know you can find this actually on Amazon for like 25 cents. You're going to pay more for shipping for this movie.
Yes, Cal. We got, it was her friend. If she was with her friend, they were having such a good time as, I'm not saying old, but older ladies at the cottage and having fun and, having coffee and talking. They forgot to get gas on the way back. So, yeah, they made it now.
Than you will for the movie. And I'll often buy them for friends. It's not out on Blu-ray, but there's a really good chance that this
I'm not getting the
film will be
Blu-ray.
put out in a Blu-ray / VOD.
Okay, we don't need to see any more. I'm gonna get the cheapest version I can for review. So that's my thoughts on Chris Gore. I will save my thoughts on Ben Shapiro because we've gone way past. And then Joe, if you want to say anything else at the end here.
No, I don't really have anything to say, except I will say that, I've met Chris Gore, and I've actually hung out with Rob Burnett, and I found them in person to be very, very personable people and very nice. I don't know what to think of Rob right now, because he does.
Well, I don't think it's fair that says please don't use the R word because it demonetizes.
Well, here's the deal.
But he hangs out with them. I honestly don't think Robert Meyer Burnett, if he actually thought they were true-ists, he would hang out with them.
Here's the thing. I know Rob does not believe those things. Mm-hmm. Rob is a very, very
you do.
He's a very liberal guy, very left-leaning. He is all for diversity. He differs with them.
I actually have been watching his live streams. I don't think he's as left leaning as you think, though.
No, he really
is. I've heard some stuff from him that he's kind of like gone more in between.
I don't know. He was very liberal when I and he doesn't tolerate any nonsense when people go on about Kathleen Kennedy. He's always there saying, Kathleen Kennedy's a genius, one of the greatest producers of all time. He doesn't stand for that. So he's not one of these people, but he does turn a blind eye to the things they say. I mean, they're out there saying some pretty egregious things, and like you say, you don't want to do guilt by association.
And we also don't want to comment on what happened behind the scenes with John Campy and Robert Meyer Burnett, but it's very coincidental that at that same time he started hanging out more with them, and Chris Gore started hanging out more with them, and it could be just a coincidence that was the time period that he left the John Campy show.
I don't know. But the thing is, it's like, I don't think Rob believes those things. I don't think Rob is one of those guys, but he's clearly turning a blind eye to it. And that to me makes me raise an eyebrow. And like, if I was on a stream,
he does say that he likes to hear everyone's opinions.
I mean,
to be fair, I do know that he was friends with Heel versus Babyface before Heel versus Babyface went all anti-SJW, and then also Midnight's Edge.
Let me just
way back in the day, because they were all Star Trek fans together. Yeah.
If you started going off on anti-woman, like misogynistic rants or racial rants or homophobic rants, I wouldn't be on this channel. I would be sitting there going, "It's not a guy I'm gonna." There was another channel that I used to appear on quite frequently, and I'm distancing myself from that guy because of some things he's doing in his personal life. I'm not going to name names, but if I don't understand the turning a blind eye, but I can tell you that in my experience with him, Rob was a hell of a good guy. I
think he is super cringe that he goes out of the way to criticize Star Trek, though. Like, it's ridiculous what he says on Twitter about Star Trek. He is the definition of toxic fan when you're talking about Star Trek.
He has not liked Star Trek in over 20 years.
I know, but if you look at his Twitter activity, especially when he's had a couple drinks, my dear Lord, because I follow him. He is such a toxic Star Trek fan.
Here's the thing. When I was with him, when I was in his company hanging out with him in person, he was telling me how much he hated Enterprise. Enterprise was 20 years ago. He didn't like Enterprise. He wrote like an article for Sci-Fi Universe magazine back in the 90s about how much he hated Voyager. The last Star Trek series that he really liked was Deep Space Nine. That went off the air in 99.
I know. I was shocked. He doesn't he not even like Next Generation or something? I was watching it. I was like, what?
No, he likes Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
He liked Next Generation, but he was criticizing Voyager and Enterprise by saying he told me the words he said to me was, "I don't like Enterprise because it's not about anything." He goes, "It's just about Star Trek." The guy he's complaining about modern Star Trek, and it's like, you didn't like it 20 years ago either. I know you're a fan of the original. I'll give you that. You love the original. You love the Next Generation, but you have not been a fan of Star Trek for a very long time.
He basically does what all the SJWs do, like Star Wars, Kathy Kennedy to Star Trek. He like ats them all the time. You suck. Why won't you get? I'm like, whoa. You know, talking about like the Snyder Bros that lose their mind and at James Gunn and at they used to and at Warner Brothers all day long. Like he does that stuff. I'm like, okay.
Degrassi, if there's anything you want to share,
I
please
don't want to get
email
anything
me
personally.
Well, I should say if you want to share anything, please email me crazyjoeadventures@gmail.com. I'm curious to hear if it's something you could talk about, but if not, don't worry. But if it's something you can talk about,
let me see what our good
I'm
friend
curious.
Reyes says. I enjoy RMB. Been watching more of him. He has decent Star Trek takes. I don't think he needs to police people's language. You can care about some without agreeing with them, like family, for example. Okay, so suggesting that he shouldn't have to police, even though his friends he hangs out with, like Heel versus Babysit, he shouldn't be responsible for their words, and he shouldn't have to police them to be friends with them. I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
I think that's fair too, but
Yeah.
I also don't think I'd want to be. Well, this is just me. I wouldn't want to be on a stream with somebody saying that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, that's your personal. That's your personal line. You know, I'm a new viewer though. Yeah. Maybe it's because he cares too much about Star Trek that he goes overboard. And that is a factor. People care way too much. You know, I overdid it with Star Wars with Kathy Kennedy. I'll admit it. I was right about a lot of things with her, but I was completely wrong about other things, and I'll admit that. And I went overboard with Kathy. I did.
I remember there was that clip. There was that clip that went viral on Twitter of Star Wars Theory about a year ago when Star Wars Theory was like reviewing one of the Star Wars shows, and he said something like, "Yeah, this was good, but good isn't good enough. It needs to be perfect." And it was like, well, no, you're giving unrealistic standards. If you want things to be perfect, I mean, some things will be perfect, but not everything's going to be perfect. And if you're not going to settle for anything less than perfect, then you're not going to like a lot of the things.
Well, let's end on a more positive note, because maybe this might not be positive because you didn't like the creator.
I did not care for the creator.
But I want to hear. It's like a 3-minute interview. React to this, Gareth Edwards. I wanted to see. I'll end on a positive note here. I want to see what this interview has to say. 227 creator interview. I love the movie. And listen, you not liking it doesn't change my opinion at all, Joe. I wish you liked it more. And I know you're not a fan of Gareth Edwards.
I'll tell you this. You know me, and you know that I'm a big fan of theaters and supporting theaters.
Yeah. You're the one that you, Rhea, Brucifer got me back to seeing theaters, and so did Perp.
I gotta tell you, as much as I love the theaters and the theatrical experience, I feel a little bit burned out after the last 3 movies I saw. I saw The Nun 2, Expendables 4, and The Creator, and I didn't like any of them. And I was thinking about going to the movies tonight to see It Lives Inside, but I'm like, dude, I can't do it again. I did 3 in a row that were. I don't know.
I wanted to go see The Creator again today. It's just I had too much going on that I couldn't. I think it's going to have a good second weekend. I mean, it didn't have that amazing a first. All right. The Creator was a good ride. I have a code for Saw X from William 2. Awesome. All right, let's watch this to see what he says here.
There's no audio. Oh.
All the you wore all the hats pretty much. You did an amazing job on it. So, you know, is this foreshadowing of the future that we could see with AI, or is it just?
Do you think anything is even possible with AI and robots that was in this film, Joe? I think it's actually very plausible. Some of it, not like extra power. Not to get into spoilers, not that, but. AI being on robots, I think it's extremely plausible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But not like special ability wise, yeah. And even the jobs they took like the beginning of the movie had not. That's the beginning of the movie. We could share that. They did some stuff that are occupied by actual human workers now, like groceries and gas pumping and stuff. It's very plausible.
It's creative storytelling.
It was supposed to be creative storytelling. Supposed to be just a load of made up nonsense, and then it became quite real in the last few months or so. Like when I set out to do this, I was just using it as a device. I've always wanted to do a robot film, and I've done a
love
space
this movie
and a sort of alien film, and so it was like,
oh boy, I can't wait to see this again. What do you think's the most realistic AI movie? You know what might actually be the most realistic now, based on my video about AI girlfriends, is Her. I actually want to watch Her now. I haven't seen it because I didn't have, when it came out, it's probably ahead of its time. I didn't really anticipate seeing it. I love Joaquin Phoenix though. And now I want to see Her based on recent events. I think
Her was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed Her.
Yeah. So I actually want to track that down and watch it, whatever streaming service it's on. Since you've actually seen Her, and then about, I don't know if you saw my AI girlfriends video, that people are actually using ChatGPT and AI, like there's virtual girlfriends that people are using now.
That's a little odd.
Well, it's happening. So it's a reality. Her is definitely a reality. It's proven. So I think that's the most accurate. I think there's some stuff in there that's actually extremely accurate, including I'll be honest with you, not RoboCop. This is more realistic than RoboCop with these AI robots, especially if the debate on, I don't want to get into the debate on police and if they abuse their power or not, but they already have cameras. I think this is extremely plausible in the future. They may have an override with the human that take over to monitor from a screen away or something, but I think this is plausible here.
Okay, robots are next maybe. And I was keeping my eye out for ideas, and I already had a stack of things I was working on. And a friend of mine, Jordan Voight Roberts, who did Skull Island, was in Vietnam because of that.
Ooh, I love Skull Island. Do you like that one?
Oh, Kong Skull Island?
Yeah, that's really, I enjoyed it the first time I watched it, and now I watch it every time I watch it, I love it more. And Brie Larson's great in that too.
Oh yeah, I really enjoy. That's my favorite of all those MonsterVerse films. Mm-hmm. My least favorite of all those MonsterVerse films is the one he directed.
The first Godzilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Film and said, hey, come out and hang out and have a look around. And so I went out there. You can't go to Vietnam and not think of all these. Well, from my perspective, my experience of the Vietnam War is through the movies like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of that kind of filmmaking, but picturing robots and everything.
Yes.
And I was just like, this is a film I've not seen before. And it feels like so right and interesting. And I just felt like if I don't go make this film, someone's going to beat me to it, and I'm going to be really jealous. And so I had to try and
I'm definitely getting this movie on Steelbook.
Jack Black was not in.
You're thinking of King Kong?
Yeah, he was in the Peter Jackson remake.
Which I like that too. I like that too.
I can't get rid of this. I'm trying to. There we go. It wouldn't go away.
Yes, it is going to be a clip. Clip outs help the channel, Jacob. I know Jacob asks why I do so many clip outs.
You gotta show me how to do the clip outs someday.
I'll show you tonight right after. It's amazing if you do a live stream, Joe. Amazing in StreamYard. You have access to my StreamYard, so it's so you don't even have to download the video. I'll show you. All right. Let me get back to this.
Sort of a race to try and be the first one to do it, really.
I want to talk to you about John David Washington as the lead.
This is my favorite role with him.
Having him in this film.
I knew this was going to be a really, really hard film to make because we shot it in 8 different countries. We went to like the Himalayas and Buddhist temples and volcanic regions of Indonesia and 80 different locations in Thailand alone in like 40.
That's also probably those locations that he's mentioning was probably really good on the budget, right? I think they're a little bit cheaper areas to film in.
Degree heat and jungles and everything. And I was like, whoever I get as an actor, at some point they're going to snap and they're going to just walk off and we're never going to see them again because of what we're doing to them. And so I needed someone who I didn't have to talk into it. Do you know what I mean? Who looked at the material and went, I really want to do this. Like, brought a lot of things to the table. One of the things that I think I needed and film needed was that I don't like these sort of movies where the hero is like invincible.
Yes. I know you said one of your criticisms was, Joe, is that it was predictable, and I understand. But I do also feel like I think, and part of what I've heard about his experience directing Rogue One is that sometimes the industry as a whole goes towards characters and heroes being like invincible. These aren't actual superheroes in tights, and I didn't feel like they were invincible. Let me see what Rhea's given some criticism. This movie costs like 80 to 100 million. Strange, I think. Okay, and Rhea says, so as much as I love the creator, I did pick up a lot of kid courier movie tropes. I think John David has room to grow as an actor as well. He's great at emoting, though. Overall, I say it's a 7 out of 10. All right, Rhea, I respectfully disagree. Your opinion doesn't hurt mine. I say it's 11 out of 10. That's what I gave in my review. 11 out of 10. I loved it. And part of it is reacting to this is I hope there's like special features on the disc with Gareth Edwards is one of my favorite directors now. I can't wait to see what he makes next. That's fine if you think that. I think it gets better the more you watch it. And there was also criticism there's not much Godzilla in a Godzilla movie, but I think there's enough in there. I would have preferred more myself.
I will say this, as much as everyone, and I don't like the movie, but as much as everyone loves to trash the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie, which I agree, I don't like it. It had more Godzilla in it than the Gareth Edwards movie. The monster's actually in it. So.
Yeah.
I can't wait to own this movie.
Well, and never gonna fail and really tough. And I wanted someone where when the door closed, no one was looking, they weren't okay. There was nothing. They were not happy. They didn't want to be here. They weren't going to make it. And so it was important that we got someone who.
I'm on the stream still. I'm almost done.
Who wasn't afraid to show all those cracks in the armor, and his other work had shown examples of this, and we talked a lot about what we did and didn't want to see in films and those sort of characters, and we were just totally on the same page. So I was like blessed that he wanted to do it.
All right. Good reaction. That's where we'll end it here. Thank you everyone for watching. Go subscribe to Joe. Let me see. Yeah, I think there were some funny moments in there with him too that I haven't really seen with John David Washington. There were some funny lines he was giving to the child. Not to give spoilers. Did you find some humor in that, Joe? When he was saying certain things?
A little bit.
Yeah. Zeno says there's no Godzilla movie. I like that movie. It's not a great Godzilla movie, but it's a fun movie. I don't think it's like the most perfect Godzilla movie, but it has some of the Godzilla story in it.
Can I try something real quick that I've never tried before?
All right.
Just give me a second. This is an experiment. I just want to see if I can do this because I don't know if I can. I wanted to see if I could switch brands in the middle of a stream.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go.
All right, thank you. And we are going to end the outro. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on Brucifer's stream, and then DL's stream. I got to get to bed.